The All-Star break is almost upon us, and the Red Sox are assured they will go into it in first place in the American League East. The Sox have been one of the real good stories of 2021. Today, wrapping up the first half against the Phillies. Hi, everybody. Dave O'Brien along with Ellis Burks, Jerry Remy, and Jemai Webster as well. And Jerry, Red Sox broke camp on March 30th in Fort Myers, telling everybody who listened they were a good ball club about to play good, entertaining baseball. That's been totally true.
Well, and can you tell me how many people believed that at that time? I don't think there was a lot of people that believed this Red Sox club was going to be competitive this season after what happened last year. Some of the moves they made in the offseason didn't really excite a lot of people, but they certainly have come to play. As you see the numbers, 55-35, best record in the American League. Look at the bottom of the graphic. The only American League team without losing streak longer than 3 games. That's pretty amazing to me because you don't see that very often. That keeps you in good shape, obviously, in the standings. But the offensive numbers are off the charts. The pitching has been basically a 5-man rotation that has stayed healthy. The bullpen has been outstanding. When you look to the second half, the money part of the season, expect much of the same, and also the fact that they've got to improve their defense a little bit, I think, in the second half. And if they do, they're going to be a playoff team.
Well, Ellis, today Nick Pivetta faces his former ball club. He's talked about how comfortable he's become here in Boston.
Yeah, you know, Nick Pivetta had undoubtedly his best outing so far this season. In his last start against Oakland, going 7 strong innings with 10 punch-outs and allowing only 2 hits and 2 base on balls. And look at the breaking ball against Tony Kemp right here. Just nasty. And then gets Elvis Andrus with another curveball and a snapper off Chad Pender. So I'm sure he wants to continue with this momentum going forward into the break. But now, that being said, I would love to talk about his former team. He is so excited to be on that mound against his former team. The nerves are going to be flying a little bit, but I'm sure he can handle it, and he's looking forward to it.
Can he be even more fiery? I think he can today, facing the fighting Phils. The Red Sox looking to close out that first half in style, trying to take 2 out of 3 and heading into the All-Star break with the American League's best record. Red Sox Phillies coming your way next. Duncan. New England and Red Sox Nation runs on Duncan. Subaru of New England proudly celebrating 50 years of love. Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. And by William Ravis, the official real estate company of the Boston Red Sox. Well, prior to today's game, the Phillies announced a major COVID-19 issue within their ball club. For more details on that, let's toss it to Jemai Webster.
That's right, Dave. The Philadelphia Phillies, yet another reminder as to why we're not quite clear of the COVID-19 pandemic just yet. The Phillies having to deal with that and have to answer their own questions about personnel as we head into this series finale against Boston, placing 4 members of their club on the COVID-19 restricted list, including their all-star starter from 2018 and the club's ace pitcher Aaron Nola, who had been scheduled to go this afternoon, plus third baseman Alec Bohm, and these 2 relief pitchers who made appearances yesterday. Bailey Falter, who actually earned the win for Philly in 2 innings of work, and Connor Brogdon, who handled the 9th inning. According to Phil's manager Joe Girardi, Bohm, who left yesterday's game early, tested positive for COVID, but was asymptomatic Saturday night. The other players were contact traced. Now the Phillies, just one of a few teams in Major League Baseball yet to reach that 85% threshold, as well as the Boston Red Sox. They will now have 4 different players from the minor leagues replace these guys, and the starter this afternoon is Brandon Kinsler. He'll start as we head to the All-Star break, with Nick Pivetta going for the Sox, facing his former team for the very first time. Red Sox going for the series victory. First pitch with Dave, Ellis, and Jerry coming at you right after this.
Look at the Phillies starting lineup. It'll be Gene Segura to lead things off at second. Real Muto is the catcher with Bryce Harper in right, McCutchen in left. D.D. Gregorius will be the shortstop. Rhys Hoskins has 20 home runs. He's at first base. Brad Miller, the DH. Torreyes at third, and Jankowski, the center fielder, number 9 hitter, against the Red Sox starter presented by Audi. Visit your New England Audi dealer. Experience the fully electric Audi e-tron today. Tell you what, Nick Pivetta could not wait to get out there. He raced out to the mound today.
Well, here's the Red Sox defense presented by the Oakers Company, celebrating 100 years of service and support, and proud home of TouchView Interactive. The Red Sox, 62 errors in 90 games. Rafael Devers will be at third base. Xander Bogaerts the shortstop. Christian Arroyo at second, and Marwin Gonzalez, the first baseman. Left to right, Alex Verdugo, Kike Hernandez, and Hunter Renfroe, with Christian Vasquez doing the catching for Pivetta.
Here are your umpires, brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Behind the plate, Jansen Visconti, Ed Hickox, Bill Welke, Jerry Meals on the bases. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Visit toyotacertified.com and see factory-back used Toyotas right now.
Buenas tardes, amigo.
The roll of the tongue by Jerry.
Yeah, time for the weather forecast presented by Window World. The replacement window of the Boston Red Sox, just beautiful, 79 degrees. It says partly cloudy, plenty of sun as well. Have you been practicing?
I got to drop that one before the All-Star break.
Pivetta ready to go. He was ready a long time ago. Fouled back by Segura as we get underway. He hit a home run yesterday right out of the chute. Well, for Nick, his first career start against his old team, so you know that's a big day. And coming off his finest hour with the Red Sox, 1-0 win at Oakland with 10 punch-outs. That's a season high.
Yeah, he's got to be pumped up.
Yeah, he wants to show everybody what he did learn with the Red Sox and why he's had so much success.
7-3, ERA just over 4 coming into play today. And the 1-1.
He had a great curveball that last outing against the Oakland Athletics.
Yes, he did.
And probably the best he's had all season long.
I mean, just a 12-6.
Yeah, threw a lot of them, too.
Yeah, he allowed just 2 hits to the A's, the 1-2. It was the first time in over 3 years he had gone that deep in a start. He is the Red Sox leader in strikeouts and opponents' batting average, only hitting .220 off him. Bounding ball to Devers, who's been so sharp defensively, on the money, and 1 out.
Now gets the first out of the ball game with the curveball, and Devers right there playing back, of course, with a couple of strikes, able to make the play no problem. And you're right, Dave. You know, his defense has picked up in the second half of the first half, I guess I should say. And you know, he's playing much better D right now. Now I don't want to jinx him, but early in the season was a struggle for him.
Kind of been a pattern for him here real early in his career.
Yeah, it really is, and it used to bother him a lot more than it does now. It still bothers him, but not quite as much.
Real Muto, who is headed for the All-Star game. A look at a strike. Bryce Harper on deck. Bryce Harper is not going to the All-Star game. Phillies 43-44. They're 4.5 back in third place in the National League East.
I tell you, that ball right there could have. It was a little high, but you know that's a ball that they've been chasing throughout this series. A little up in the zone.
Yeah, that seems to be a trend around Major League Baseball.
1-1. Missed with that one.
Big sweeping curveball right there.
Nick not bashful about letting the umpire know if he thinks he misses one.
That's a really good break on that.
Now pulled back a little bit by Christian Vasquez, who's catching his 3rd game in a row. High chopper in on it. Xander Bogaerts on the move, and 2 down.
Little hurry up delivery that time, I believe, by Pivetta. As he's changed around, we see Eovaldi do that. We've seen a couple of pitches try it here in the first part of the season. And Pivetta is one of those guys that occasionally will speed up his delivery to try to throw off the timing of the hitter.
Sends up Bryce Harper, 283 with 15 home runs. And not among the National League's top 10 in home runs, RBIs, batting average. So he's going to be staying home for the All-Star festivities. McCutchen on deck, 2 down. Overshift around to the right here on Harper.
And you see how slow Bryce Harper stepped in the box right there. He's really trying to slow him down. Pivetta, I mean. You know, because Pivetta likes to get that ball and get going.
Yeah, he doesn't waste any time. Couple of steps and he's back on the rubber.
Absolutely right.
6-game hitting streak for the Philly right fielder. He is 3 for 9 with 2 home runs against Pivetta. 0-1. Now 0-2.
Couldn't catch up to that fastball up and in.
Oh, that ball goes on him in a hurry, up and in around the hands.
Yeah, you're right. He's taking his time.
Oh, yeah.
Getting in there very slowly. Pivetta likes to work real fast. Now he says yes. Turns on the rubber.
Fastball up and away.
Yeah, 97. And somebody made a play in the top deck.
Well, somebody's ready for the first inning.
Yeah, just check him out there. Just taking his time. Trying to throw Pivetta off just a hair.
He has him in the hole 0-2.
Back to the curveball.
The Phillies losing 3 pitchers and their starting third baseman Alec Bohm, all out because of COVID-19 protocol. That happened since yesterday. Christopher Sanchez, the lefty, is a guy they just brought up today. Softly hit toward the shift. Charging in Arroyo. He'll flip quickly. Got him on a bang bang play. He had a long way to come because he was out there in that shift.
Yes, he was. That was a great play by Christian.
They're probably only going to be in there for an inning. And here's the Sox lineup brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Kike Hernandez, 11 home runs to start it. Then it's Alex Verdugo and JD Martinez, who's headed for the All-Star game for the 4th time. Xander Bogaerts and Rafi Devers will be on that same plane to Denver. Hunter Renfroe and right. Christian Vasquez catching. He's been a real bulldog for the Red Sox behind the plate. Marwin Gonzalez at first. And Arroyo just made a really nice play at second against the Phillies starter, presented by Amica. Experience Amica, Auto, Home, and Life Insurance. Kinsler gets the nod.
And the defense today for the Phillies, 51 errors in 87 games. Ronald Torreyes will be at third base. Didi Gregorius the shortstop. Gene Segura at second, and Reese Hoskins the first baseman. Left to right, Andrew McCutchen, Travis Jankowski, and Bryce Hopper, with JT Realmuto behind the plate.
Well, the Phillies were ready to start the tough right-hander Aaron Nola today, but he is on that COVID watch with his teammates. So Joe Girardi had to pivot this morning.
Yeah, this is probably one inning and done for Kinsler. They already got activity in the bullpen.
You know, you have to wonder. I mean, those guys tested positive, obviously, but being in contact and being around the rest of the team right there, you have to wonder.
Yeah, I'm sure they were all tested, yesterday morning, probably. They found out in the afternoon when Bohm came out of the game.
Yeah, he came out. He was the only one who tested positive. You have contact tracing with the other guys. Kike 240 with 11 home runs. He's driven in 30. And looking to give the Red Sox a quick start, which he has done several times. And a count 2-0. Good numbers against Kinsler. He's 3 for 6 with a double. Red Sox 55 and 35, a game and a half lead on Tampa Bay, and they're underway against Toronto at the Trop, scoreless in the first inning.
You know, Kike being ahead in the count right here, you want to pick either side of the plate to attack. You can't cover the whole plate, especially with a guy that's got a good sinker like Kinsler.
The reliever with a 2-1 and a third base off the deck. Torreyes will get him. 1 man out. Time now for the All-State good hands play.
Well, this looks like an easy play, right? But the difference is Christian Arroyo is going to charge in from the shift position, which is way back on the grass. So he's going to really hustle to make that play, and a very close play at first base to end last inning.
You know, there have been so many things about this Red Sox team that have surprised or impressed you. His defense, has really jumped out.
It really has been good. And he turns the double play very, very well. Strong throwing arm.
Verdugo, 283, 9 home runs for Alex.
I mean, I don't want to jinx him. You know, I probably will, but he's got no errors on the season. That's hard to do at second base, at shortstop, at third base. It's hard to do.
Yeah, he's really smooth.
Verdugo, a 5-game hitting streak, flies that one to deep center. On the move is Jankowski to make that catch with the hair flying. 2 up and 2 down.
Oh, he's got the long moss going today. He's got it behind his ears, just hanging from the back.
Definitely on the all-hair, all-star squad.
Oh, without question. He's got to be on a plane going somewhere else. Not to the All-Star game, but to the All-Hair Club. Gives
you that Van Halen look, doesn't he?
He's got to be doing some surfing over the break, isn't he?
Whatever.
J.D. Martinez, 301, 18 home runs. He's driven in 62. And one of the 5 Red Sox All-Stars will be on a chartered flight late this afternoon with their families to Denver for the game Tuesday at Coors Field. The Sox had more All-Stars selected in the initial roster than any other club.
That's got to be nice. A nice chartered flight. Oh, yeah.
Said the man who's going to get on his own flight, not a chartered flight, later, what, today, or is it tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, but Ellis flies first class. Yeah. MLB sending him out there first caboose.
Yeah, stretch those legs out, man. You got to appreciate that.
They know you got bad knees.
That's right.
You're getting into the flow here. You realize you got to stand up every couple of innings.
That's absolutely right. I mean, I was so stiff yesterday in that 8th inning with that long inning. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Well, just about everybody else fell asleep. I give you points for staying awake.
Yeah, I got to move around.
35 minutes? Jeez. It's one thing if the Red Sox are scoring 8 runs. 1-2, got a piece of it.
Got a piece of Real Muto also.
Sinker again, outside part of the plate and right off just above the shin guard.
That's going to leave a mark. The respect there, give him a little time. He's going to need it.
Yep, home plate umpire Visconti knows the pain. They count 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 down, no score first inning. 2-2.
Real Muto set up in on that pitch. A little sinker inside. That was more or less a show me pitch. He may try to go back away on this one.
JD has only seen him 4 times, but he has 2 knocks off him.
There it is.
A swinging bunt there back toward the pitcher. Kensler will get him. And it's a 1-2-3 start for the Phillies. Hosting a memorial gathering today to celebrate Claire Butler, who is a huge Red Sox fan, having attended over 300 Red Sox games since 1939. And it was always the case when Claire hosted family and friends for gatherings and celebrations. Everybody will be wearing their favorite Red Sox gear to cheer on the Red Sox. Have a great day. Yes.
That is.
You know, score here.
This is going to be interesting, to see if anyone else follows suit by trying to take Nick Pivetta out of his rhythm by taking their time getting into the box.
Well, Harper was in no hurry. Here's McCutchen. He's hit 15 home runs, driven in 62, hitting .231. We'll foul that one back, and on deck is Gregorius.
We used to try those little tricks too years and years ago, and the umpire used to say, "Oh no, get in the box, let's go."
Yeah. If he notices, the umpire will speed it up.
McCutchen 48 runs batted in. We'll tag that one on a line. Foul quickly into the seats.
Ooh.
He's so excited he missed his seat.
And he pulled it away from his lady.
That's excitement. Wow.
She wants to see it.
There's another word aside from excitement. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
1-2, cut on and missed. That was nasty. Struck him out. First K in the book for Nick Pivetta.
Big sweeping slider, curved like a slurve there.
Yeah, that was a little bit different that time. That certainly wasn't a 12-6 like we saw in Oakland.
Totally different. Same result though.
Way out of the strike zone.
Swing and a miss.
One out. D.D. Gregorius to climb in, former Yankee. Does have 6 career home runs at Fenway. Mentioned the Phillies right now are 1 game under 500. They're 4.5 back in their division, but that division really got a big shake yesterday. The surging Braves just suffered a mega blow. One of their stars, Ronald Acuna Jr., and I think he's their best player, he suffered a complete ACL tear yesterday. He was carted off the diamond in tears.
Yeah, by far he's their best player, and that's going to be a crushing blow for the Braves because this kid here is unbelievable. 5'2" guy, Jerry.
Yeah, you hate to see anybody get hurt, but you know those young stars in the game today.
A big curveball, 1-2.
Yeah, we can only wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, and hope that, you know, he returns to form. I mean, you just never know after surgeries like that.
That's true.
1-2 on the way. Another quick pitch. A little change in tempo. That was 96 up and away.
Pivetta upset with himself that he didn't come closer to the strike zone with that pitch.
Nothing in the second inning. Oh, just in case you missed it, I know TC had it on the pregame show, but the Red Sox have signed all-star closer Matt Barnes to a 2-year extension.
Ching ching.
Congratulations, Matt.
Including an option for 2024. He was set to be a free agent after the season. Matt turned 31 in June, so congratulations to Matt Barnes, who is living right.
Yeah, that's nice. That's a great feeling. You know, you can see his numbers so far in this season. 37 games. He has been outstanding. Signed that 2-year deal. It doesn't usually happen on a Sunday morning. You know, kind of surprised everybody when that happened. But congratulations to Matt. You're heading out to the All-Star game with a little extra cash in his pocket.
Yeah. Swinging a shot out to right. Coming in Renfroe. 2 down.
Tickets for all remaining games this season are on sale now. Single game tickets start as low as $20, and tickets are available in all seating areas, including the popular green monster seats, Sam Adams deck tables, and field box tickets. To learn more, visit redsox.com/tickets.
Rhys Hoskins, the first baseman, 234, 20 home runs. Got to be careful there, although he does strike out a lot. And the base is clean. In there for a strike. Started him off 97.
You know, there's 2 things about signing a new contract. Obviously, the money has a lot, but the comfort level that you know you're going to be here for a couple more years. I think that's terrific.
Yeah, you're right, Jared. The comfort level, the security.
Yep.
So, yeah, this is a great surprise for him going into the break.
0-1 pitch. Well, they've been talking for a while. And Matt Barnes has made it very clear he wants to be a Boston Red Sox for a long time. Those conversations have been ongoing, so great to see.
Unless I read it wrong, too, I think there's a club option for a 3rd year.
That's correct. Yes. And the 0-2.
Semi-quick pitch right there.
Yeah, he's done it about 4 or 5 times already in this game today.
Fastball a little up and away out of the zone.
Looking to put away Hoskins. He bounced the breaking ball. Hoskins has been a bit of a pain in the neck. His career against the Red Sox, 309. That's in 17 games. And he's reached base safely each of his last 17 games against the Sox. Brad Miller on deck. They have the DH and Miller batting out of the 7th spot today. And a 2-2 home. And that's going to be in there for strike 3. Hoskins didn't like it, but the curveball on the edge struck him out.
Well, breaking ball right there that Hoskins thought was inside and also high. We'll take another look at it and see exactly where it ends up. Very close. And again, you know, with 2 strikes, we always say it. Don't leave it in the hands of the umpire.
Discover the insurance that meets the highest standards. Yours. Experience Amica Auto, Home, and Life Insurance. So to the bottom of the second, Red Sox to bring up Bogaerts, Devers, Renfroe, all having really fine years. Xander 322 with 14 home runs. Tallied his 50th run batted in yesterday. And headed for Denver today.
It's always good to round off those home runs or RBIs. You know, 50 is just a nice, solid number.
There's a shot high and deep. Kiss it goodbye. Gone right now. Home run, Xander Bogaerts. 15 for the X-Man.
15 and 51 sounds even better.
That was instantaneous. And the Red Sox grab a 1-0 lead over the Phillies.
Oh, he jumped on a high sinker that time and lost it. Sinkers, when they stay up in this zone and inside, Xander is absolutely going to crush that ball, and that's exactly what he did. 15th home run, 51st RBI.
Right on cue.
Red Sox first home run brought to you by Audi and the all-new 2021 Audi e-tron. Pitching change. So Kinsler goes into the All-Star break knowing the last pitch he threw in the first half wound up way downtown. We will take the break as the Phillies go to the bullpen. 1-0 Sox here in the second. Ace Speedway will donate $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox home run. All donations raised stay local to support Boston Children's Hospital. Red Sox grab a 1-0 lead on a blast by Xander Bogaerts. New pitcher is Christopher Sanchez, just called up today from the minor leagues. He's a 24-year-old from the Dominican Republic, originally signed by Tampa Bay as a free agent, traded to the Phillies in 19. He's been up to the major league club a couple times this season. A little trickler up the middle, and that's a seeing eye base hit. Rafael Devers on right after the home run by the X-Man.
Yeah, for those of you at home that think that Kinsler was taken out of the game because of the home run, it's not the case. Remember, their starter today, Nola was supposed to pitch, but the COVID situation, they had to go to the bullpen. They were going to use him as an opener. When they got to Devers, they go to the left-hander, and what does Devers do? Takes it right back up the middle for the base hit.
So Rafael will be the American League starting third baseman in the All-Star game. Is quickly aboard, and here's Hunter Renfroe going after the first one. He spanks a liner. Harper makes the play. That was a frozen rope.
You can't hit a ball harder than that. I mean, that was an absolute bullet, getting on top of that fastball.
Yeah, that's a good opposite field stroke right there by Hunter Renfroe. You can't hit a ball harder, as you said, Ellis. And you know, you look at the defense, they were set up perfectly. Harper didn't have very far to go. That ball up and away from him. He does exactly what you're supposed to do with a pitch like that.
108 off the bat.
You look up and there's Harper standing there. That's frustrating.
That it is.
Brings up Vasquez. 257 for Christian with 4 home runs. And manager Alex Cora was really lauding the work that Christian has done in this first half and how steady he's been and what a fine performance it's been. Now, the numbers maybe don't jump out at you, but his everyday performance jumps out at the guys in that dugout.
It's the intangibles that he does. I mean, it's communication with the pitchers. You know, the way he blocks the balls, his throws. He has an unbelievable arm. It's just a lot of little things that he does. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this is his 79th game of the season, so he's been in there a lot.
Very durable as well.
Red Sox with a 1-0 lead on the Bogaerts home run. This, by the way, the 4th time in 9 years the Red Sox will enter the All-Star break in first place. Previous 3 times they won the division in 13, 17, and 18. 1-2.
Good fastball right there on the loose whippy like motion. Good live arm action.
Yeah, if I was a left-handed hitter, I'm not sure I'd like this guy very much. He's kind of down the side and kind of slings it at you.
Yeah, that's sometimes for a lefty, that's pretty tough.
He was up to the big league team back in April for the first time. He did not pitch. They sent him back to the minors the very next day. And he was called up in June when they had another COVID situation similar to what they're having right now. They had a couple of relievers, Anderson and Hale, lost to COVID-19 protocol, so they had to bring him up then. And he finally did make his major league debut. He went an inning and a third, and they sent him back to the minors again.
Well, that goes to show you that COVID, it's still around. It's still out there. You know, you still have to be very safe and cautious.
Well, the Phillies are one of the clubs that is not at 85%. The Red Sox are another one. And the lefty's 1-2 pitch moves him back. Red Sox and the Yankees will tee off against each other to begin the second half next Thursday in New York. That's a 4-game series.
Yeah, we only got one game of those 4 games. That ticks me off. We got the Friday game, right?
We have the Friday game. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, Friday. That's it.
And you are ticked off about that.
Yeah, I don't like that. You know, that's too many.
Got to stay up on the guys.
Marwin Gonzalez, who's back in the lineup today, playing first base. He's on deck. Devers aboard with 1 down. Big hole on the right side, which he loves to shoot the ball through. Runner goes. And he goes to right, but foul.
And setting Devers on the 3-2 count.
Yeah, to get a little something going, Jerry. I mean, you know, get the wheels going a little bit, put the guys in action.
Yeah, be smart, aggressive, but smart.
And Christian is the perfect guy to do that. The way he shoots the ball to the right field, he makes solid contacts the majority of the time.
Yep.
Three and 2. Some sunshine in there today as well. From time to time might make it somewhat interesting on fly balls and pop-ups here at Fenway.
The outfield should always take their glasses out on days like this, for sure.
Well, this 2021 Red Sox team has been a sports writer's dream, really. Red Sox were picked to finish at best in the middle of the American League. And they have the American League's best record here on July 11th. And all sorts of stories. Runner takes off again. And a pop-up. Drifting back out, Gregorius into the outfield. He'll make the play. And you saw Segura try to deke.
Yeah, he did. Catch the Ultimate Red Sox show after Red Sox coverage. We take a look at BC star outfielder Sal Frelick, who is a potential first-round pick in the MLB draft. Plus, catch all the Red Sox best plays from the first half of the season as we head to the All-Star break, presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss, the long-term solution for weight loss.
2 down with Devers aboard at first. The batter will be Marwin Gonzalez, who will check in at 206 with a couple of home runs.
Speaking of the draft, that's coming up.
Yeah, next couple of days, right?
It's the day of tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tonight, I believe.
Yeah, there you go.
Starts tonight.
7 o'clock. Arroyo on deck. And the left-hander Sanchez with the 0-1 pitch. And it'll drop in there for a strike with a sinker.
And a 95-mile-an-hour sinker. A little zip on that ball.
The Red Sox with a lot of fun players having big years. Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts, of course. J.D. Martinez with a huge comeback season. Alex Verdugo's become a real fan favorite. Got guys like Garrett Whitlock, who's really emerged. Matt Barnes going to the All-Star game. Nick Pavetta's had such a fine first half. Trying to beat his old club today. Up the middle, Gregorius cuts it from the grass, zips it on to get him. And the side is retired. Red Sox get one on a home run by Xander. 1-0 Boston. He is now out of the ball game after running to first base. Bobby Dalbec is going to take over for him as the first baseman. Take a look.
Yeah, unfortunate right here as he hits the first base, and you'll see him just kind of, go across that bag and pull up just before he gets to the bag and re-injured it apparently, and that's frustrating. You just get back in the lineup and off you go again. Fortunately, you'll have a few days off, but boy, those hamstrings, they are tough. They can hang on for a long time.
They are. That's one of the toughest injuries to bounce back from, because you're using those fast twitch muscles each and every time you start and stop.
And you see a lot of them in a game of baseball too, because there's some standing around and then the quick movements, and it seems like the hamstring takes a beating.
And that right hamstring tugging at him again. On to the third. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead. Brad Miller, the batter, goes after the first pitch and right at Arroyo. 1 pitch and 1 out. So he has set down the first 7 he's faced. We've seen this before from Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, getting in a good groove early.
And that's what it's all about, getting into that groove. Now, Dave, you brought up a point a little while ago as far as, people predicting what the Red Sox are going to do, with their predictions. But you know what? You can never tell what a team is going to do, especially from a season like last year. You just wipe that off. You eliminate that one. And this group of guys, I tell you, they just play so well together.
I think it's one of the great gifts the 2021 Red Sox have given us. We have wiped last year right out of our memory banks very quickly.
Yes.
Well, I don't think it was that easy either.
Right.
My opinion on it is last year was a bust, total bust. There was no interest. There was absolutely zero interest. They were irrelevant. And even the off season, I think nobody got really excited. Nobody got excited in spring training. Then we got into the hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs, everything. I don't think anybody was paying all that much attention. Then they looked up and said, wait a minute, this club's playing good baseball. All of a sudden, when fans were able to return to Fenway Park, you went from smaller crowds to bigger crowds to bigger crowds and full houses. And I think now people are starting to believe, hey, this is a very competitive ball club that's got a chance. And I think you had to convince a lot of people of that.
True, and I think the fans play a major part in that.
0-2, and I agree with that. I mean, looking around Fenway, you're seeing a very joyful, enthusiastic fan, not a kind of fan that's sitting back on their hands and waiting to be entertained. They already know it's a very entertaining ball club.
Right.
And they're right in it. 0-2 pitch. Hammered off the bag. That's going to carry him into shallow left down the line. Torreyes takes a big turn. He's going to go back to first as the throw comes in, as it struck third base, and he's on with a single.
And he's just picking up right where he left off yesterday with 3 hits yesterday. Got a little lucky. Ball hits the bag.
I'd say I like him. I liked him when he was at the Yankees, and he's just a scrappy player. He does little things to help you win games. And of course, little things like hitting the third base bag and a ground ball.
That helps.
Yeah.
So they have their first base runner. Their first hit brings up Jankowski, the center fielder. It was a .314 hitter with a home run. Red Sox with a 1-0 lead on a belt by Xander Bogaerts. And that'll be in there for a strike.
Dave, I remember spring training, we were doing games, and people would ask me all the time, well, what do you think? What do you think? I had no clue. I mean, I honestly, that's how I answered it. I really don't know what this club is capable of doing or not doing.
We felt the Red Sox were definitely going to be better.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be tough.
The pitching was going to be better. The offense would be better just because we're full season guys are going to be there. They're going to be what the baseball card says.
Right.
Eventually. I didn't realize the back end of the bullpen was going to be as good as it has been. And it's really been lights out for most of the season. And that's a lot of guys. Obviously, Matt Barnes has had an all-star season, but Josh Taylor turning his season around the way he did. Darwinson Hernandez. Adam Ottavino's been absolutely spectacular.
Exactly. And all got off to very difficult starts. Not real difficult, but they weren't themselves. And all of a sudden, bingo, here they are. And got one of the best bullpens in the league.
Took a little time to gel.
Yeah.
But everyone seems to be clicking on all cylinders.
But this is a club that had to sell itself. You know, you really couldn't promote this club and say, hey, come on, let's get to Fenway and see this edition of the Red.
Right.
They had to promote themselves by winning baseball games.
Yeah. And I thought, coming out of Fort Myers, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They felt they were a lot better than anyone was giving them credit for. Runner takes off. And it's going to be dropped by Vasquez, so no play down there at second base. And Torreyes is on in scoring position with the theft.
Yeah, picks up his first steal of the season, Torreyes, which kind of surprises me a little bit. Unless I made a mistake on my scorecard.
No.
Seeing the transfer right there. Tried to backhand that breaking ball in the dirt. Almost impossible.
Yeah, he got a great jump.
He got a great jump at first base, too. You're right, Ellis.
1 out, 1-2 on Jankowski. And not to leave out Sawamura, who's also really developed into such a reliable relief pitcher in the Red Sox pen.
Yeah.
A real strength of this ball club.
You're absolutely right. And you never know what you're going to get from a kid from another country coming in, adjusting and adapting to certain things here.
A huge leap. The 1-2 over below. Two and two. Last game before the break. Red Sox are trying to finish it 21 games over 500. And Pivetta trying to finish off Jankowski. Little pop up here. Devers giving chase, but that's into the dugout. Toronto's grabbed a 1-0 lead on Tampa Bay there in the third inning.
The scrappy Philly hitters are, fouling off a lot of tough pitches, getting that pitch count up on Nick.
And Pivetta is a member of the Red Sox since the trade from the Philadelphia Phillies. Is 9-3 with Boston with a 3.87 ERA. He's been awfully good today, making his first career start against his old club. Torreyes, the base runner. Three and two. Nick, originally drafted by the Washington Nationals, he was acquired by the Phillies in a Jonathan Papelbon trade in 2015. Got to the majors in 2017.
Wow, this is a lot of foul balls, a lot of action here for Jankowski, fouling off a lot of pitches.
Not trying to do too much at the plate, just trying to slap it, looks like.
Ninth pitch of the at bat coming up. And Pivetta taking a little stroll out on the grass behind the hill. Gene Segura on deck. And a 28-year-old right-hander from Canada with a 3-2 pitch. Another foul ball. Nick Pivetta, after 3+ years in the Philly rotation, traded the Red Sox for Brandon Workman and Heath Hembree in 2020. Says he is really comfortable in Boston. And a breaking ball is going to miss. Tried to get him with a curveball, and he struck out Hoskins with one in the second inning, but he can't get Jankowski.
Well, catch your favorite artist playing at Fenway this year. Check out the 2021 Plain Ridge Park Casino Fenway Concert Series lineup and buy your tickets today at redsox.com/concerts.
So Segura 0 for 1. He started the ball game by grounding to Devers at third, hitting .323 though. And he does have launch capability. Yesterday, his 10th career leadoff home run. He started, but then whirls around, does not throw. So it's Torres at second, Jankowski on at first. And 1-0 on Segura, who's certainly not up there to take a walk.
16 of them total on the season.
A nice little 6-4-3 double play would be perfect right about now.
That's the one you're thinking about, right? Nice little ground ball to shortstop.
The 1-0 in the air instead to right field. Renfroe lines it up. Torres back and heading back to second base. Nice chuck in by Renfroe.
No chance he was thinking about going to third in that situation. Renfroe had all his momentum coming forward. Perfect throw.
Now, how many guys get a huge ovation for a ball that's thrown to a cutoff man? You just heard it from the crowd here at Fenway because they're well aware that Renfroe can throw. And he's got 11 outfield assists. They love to see him throw.
Yeah, he's earned that.
So 2 down, 2 aboard for Real Muto, who's gone 0 for 1. He is grounded out to short. Just picked for his 3rd career All-Star team. And he will be the starting catcher for the National League in Denver. .267 with 8 home runs.
It's about a slower pace we've seen Pivetta work all season long. Changing the signs quite a bit.
Yep. But Jerry, half of that is on the Phillies also. As you can see, they're walking around home plate, taking their time to get in the box. They have a plan here to try to throw him off his game.
Bryce Harper would be next. Sox up 1-0. Xander Bogaerts with a long home run, totally out of Fenway. One punch through for a base hit. Here comes Torres rounding. He is going to score, throw into third base, and that'll skip on by and inside the dugout, and another run will be brought in to score. Just like that, the Phillies have the upper hand. They get 2.
Yeah, that's a surprise right there. I don't know if that ball is a ball that Devers could have handled. We'll look better on replay. But he takes the base hit to the opposite field. A fastball away just goes with it. That's good hitting. Renfroe comes up throwing to third base. And from that position there, it may have been better to hold on to it because I don't think he had a chance. And I don't know. I didn't see where that ball bounced.
Looked like it hit right at the corner of the grass.
Yeah, it did. And it took a right on Devers.
Yeah, I think just off his glove. Dave Bush out. What has been a long 3rd inning here for Nick Pivetta. Started off well. He got Miller on the ground ball, but then Torres with a base hit and a stolen base, and then Jankowski taking a walk. 1 out later, Real Muto with that base hit, and now the misfire. They're going to charge Renfroe with the error. And Real Muto winds up all the way down to third base with 2 down. And Bryce Harper to climb in. He's 0 for 1 with a grounder to second. 2-1 Phillies. Hammered. Oh, what a play by Dahlbeck. He's up. Foot race to the bag. He got him. Pivetta. He got to first base in time. Bobby D with a sprawling stab to save a run.
Outstanding
Play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers.
Outstanding play by Bobby Dahlbeck here. A little slide dive with the grab and the easy flip. He made it look so easy. The easy flip to Pivetta.
Yeah, and you got to give Pivetta some credit on this too because he kind of froze on the mound and then he decided to take off to first base and he just barely beat Bryce Harper there. The other thing too, that was a curveball, and that would bring Dahlbeck closer to the line expecting, Harper to pull that ball. He was in a perfect spot to make that play.
He's made some nice plays at first base. I don't know if he's made a better one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Going to his glove side. But I wasn't sure that Pivetta was going to be able to beat him down there.
I was just hoping they avoided the collision.
Yeah.
Close, but he got there. Red Sox with activity. Josh Taylor is up in the bullpen real early here. So we'll see if maybe something's up with Pivetta. Take another look at that play.
Here it is at first base, how close it is. Pivetta just beating him. And then almost a collision. Harper almost did step on him at the back of the foot, I believe.
Well, Arroyo to lead off here in the bottom of the third inning. 2-1 Phillies.
You can't help but have contact on plays like that down at first base. You're too close and too fast.
So Cora gets somebody up in the bullpen immediately after that play. Fouled at home plate by Arroyo. He'll be followed by Kike Hernandez and then Alex Verdugo. Well, you know that Nick Pivetta had this one circled on the calendar against his former club. Here's the 1-1 from Sanchez. So we'll see what's up with the Red Sox starter. Josh Taylor, who finally gave up a couple of runs for the first time in months yesterday. Shot through the hole and a base hit. Arroyo on to begin the third inning. So the leadoff man on for Kike Hernandez.
It's good to see Christian get this knock here. A fastball on the outer half. He went with that pitch to right field. And he just, it's good to see him do that.
Yeah, it's a great example of a guy bringing his hands inside the baseball to shoot that ball to the opposite field. Try to pull that pitch. Sometimes you just roll over and hit a ground ball to shortstop.
So Kike to climb in 0 for 1. And now it's Darwin's and Hernandez loosening up in the pen.
Well, everybody's available today, right? 3 days off.
And right through there for a strike on Kike, who hit his 5th leadoff home run on Friday. 3rd most in the majors behind Schwarber and Altuve. The lanky lefty, little dribbler here. Sanchez gloves and fires high, took him off the bag, and everybody's safe.
Oh, you could see that coming. You could see that coming. Sanchez is tall, lanky. I mean, he just didn't look comfortable going after the baseball, and you had a feeling he was going to throw it away. He had a long way to go. You could see him right there set up, and it just fires it far right.
Oh, yeah. He did. I mean, that little half step right there just left his body wide open.
Yeah.
To me, that's a base hit.
I would think so, but we'll see how they score it. Because that is not a normal play. I mean, that's not routine.
It's not easy at all. You're right.
They're going to charge him with an error.
I don't agree with that.
Bounding ball. Segura flips for 1 on to first. They're going to turn the double play. Arroyo safely down at 3rd, but with 2 gone. In front of J.D. Martinez.
Now this is about as routine as he gets right here. You got the second baseman going toward the bag, and they just got all kind of time to turn over the double play there. That's where you want him. You want him going toward the bag. Nice little easy flip about Phillies high. That's exactly where the shortstop wants it.
2 down, tying run, 90 feet away for J.D. Looking for that 63rd run batted in. He'll take a ball.
See if J.D. could pick the Sox up right now with 2 outs.
Well, with 2 out and a runner in scoring position, he's been really good. .421 his batting average. Hooks that ground ball foul. Our key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Auto Service. We're always here to get you theirs. Last 10 games, 15 runs batted in, including 3 home runs.
He's swinging a good bat.
And the OPS off the charts.
Now trying to reach base in his 28th consecutive game. Longest streak in the big leagues right now. Here's the 1-1. Off the end of the bat.
Out in front of the changeup that time. Fooled by the changeup.
Ellis, what was job one when you were facing a pitcher you had never seen before?
My first thing, I'd watch him when I'm on deck. Find his release point, track the ball, have some sort of idea where I should focus on. And in that situation, it helped a lot. Especially when you don't have any kind of.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Got him with that slider downstairs, and that retires the side. Red Sox strand him in at third.
Park as the Red Sox trail the Phillies 2-1 here in the top of the 4th. And Dave, you guys talked about it. Jerry, you mentioned it, the unusual nature of a Sunday announcement for the extension of Matt Barnes. Well, the 31-year-old actually mentioned a month ago that he didn't have any problems continuing contract extension talks during the season, and the two sides were able to come to an agreement, as you guys talked about. And Barnes this afternoon said that he was grateful, he was humbled. He said he also was excited to be able to continue his career in Boston. Actually called it a dream come true, and he certainly has been a dream. Drafted by the club in 2011 and in 325 appearances since 2016, which leads all American League relievers. And think about what he's done this season: 268 earned run average, 19 saves. And one more thing, he talked over Zoom this afternoon, actually had his wife, his brother, his parents on there, and his agent. He said they've been incredible throughout his career, and he's actually going to be taking them down to Denver with him after this one to celebrate his first All-Star game and this new contract extension.
That's a great story. It's a great success story for UConn guy in particular. Terrific stuff. He has had some nasty, filthy, dirty appearances this season, a bunch of them.
And it's also good to have the right people in your corner. But I want to touch back on what I was saying before the break. If you're facing a guy that you've never seen before, when you're in the on-deck circle, he's going to show you all of his pitches when he's warming up. You're going to see that release point. You're going to see his breaking ball, his fastball, and whatnot. Then you'll have some sort of idea what he features once you get in the box.
2-1 to McCutchen. Nick Pivetta back out there. Red Sox had 2 different relievers, lefties getting ready at various times during the last half inning. So the thought was maybe Pivetta had hurt himself on that play at first base with Harper.
Right. Correct.
But he comes back out. Philadelphia with a 2-1 lead, 4th inning. And that's going to be in there, and McCutchen's going to take a seat on a fastball.
Second time he's gone down. First time with the curveball, this time with the fastball down at the knees.
Yeah, 2-2 fastball right at the knees. Obviously, he was looking for something else, or he thought that ball was out of the zone.
Yeah, he might have been looking for that curveball again. Made him look pretty bad on it the first time. Didn't get it this time.
Gregorio is 0 for 1. He is lined out to right. Phillies got a pair of runs in the top of the 3rd inning. There was an error involved on the right fielder Renfroe as well, and a trickler foul by Didi.
You know, Ellis, you're talking about being on deck, and in your day and in my day, it wasn't the advanced reports on pitches like they are now.
That's true. That's so true.
You know, so a lot of times you had to do that from the on-deck circle to see what a guy throws, or watch him in the bullpen when he was warming up.
Yeah.
Now they have all the information available. You see the guys going over to the dugout when a new pitcher comes in to see exactly what he throws, when he throws it. I mean, tremendous advantage, I think.
It is.
All the technology they have today in the game.
You make it sound sometimes like you were getting your scouting reports on tablets of stone back then.
When I played, and this is well before Ellis played, our scouting reports were horrid. They were absolutely horrid. Horrid, I'm trying to say. And yeah, I get it out. 3rd time, I got it out. But, you know, I mean, we'd have a scout go in and watch a team. He'd watch him for one series before they'd come to us. Didn't see anybody that was pitching in the series against us except the bullpen guys. What good was that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was no good at all.
So you would literally go into a series against that night's starter.
Memory. You know, just based on your memory of what you've seen from a guy before and what your other teammates may think of him or something like that.
And if you didn't see him ever before that,
No.
it's totally cold.
And our meetings were a joke. I mean, they really were. I mean, you know, well, this guy will try to pull in this park. No kidding. You know, you got the left field. Everybody would try to pull in this park, all the right-handers, right? And you'd sit there and you go, oh,
Right.
really?
Yep.
You know, I'm shocked.
You know,
2-2 fouled away by
the scouting
Gregorius.
reports were basically see ball, hit ball back then, I guess.
Now, we had some that were dandies, I'll tell you. What about tonight's pitcher? Didn't see him. Okay, thank you.
Wow.
Thanks for all your effort.
Yeah. Go run a VHS tape back if you want to see him.
2-2 and down into the dirt. Was it a lot better in your day, Ellis? I mean, did you get at least something that gave you an idea?
Yeah, it started getting a lot better around 1990. And, you know, my first 3 years here in Boston, it was like Jerry said, you know, you really didn't have great reports. But after that, we started getting, you know, tape on the guy and had better scouting reports.
He went that strike three, back-to-back Ks here by Pivetta.
But it was definitely a lot better than what Jerry was talking about.
Oh, I'll tell you, we had some dandies, Ellis. You know, you get up, you could have got up and left the room and come back, and you wouldn't have missed a trick.
I think one of the first great users of video was Tony Gwynn over in the National League, and he would spend hours on it and collecting video from all parts of the country. But again, it was videotape. You know, it was the cassettes you were putting in machines that would break down every 5 minutes. And today, everything you can call up on your phone in 4 seconds. There's a line drive out to left, closing on it, a diving attempt by Verdugo, gets through him all the way to the wall, and Hoskins will trot into second base with a double. Well, Verdugo took a shot at it, tried to make a spectacular catch, didn't quite get there.
He was coming in hard on this ball, just out of the reach right there. Excellent try, but again, missed the ball. The guy ends up on second base. Hopefully they won't have any problems right now.
You know, later on in the game, you probably back off and play that on one hop. Make sure you keep the guy at first base. But this stage of the game, early in the game, you take a crack at it, I believe.
I agree with that.
So 2-out double sends up Brad Miller, 0 for 1, former Tampa Bay Ray, who over the course of his career seems to be almost personal against the Red Sox. He's also played for Milwaukee, Cleveland, and St. Louis. On Thursday at Wrigley Field, he ripped 3 home runs in a game, in consecutive at bats, by the way.
My favorite was Yaz at our meetings because he would sit over in his corner locker, you know, and don't get mad at me, Yaz. I see, you know it's the truth. He'd be sitting there reading the paper, and we'd be having the meeting go on, and every once in a while he'll look up and he'll pull in this puck, you know, and then he'd go back to the paper. It cracked me up.
Oh yeah.
2 down, a man on. So you're saying that Carl Yastrzemski, along with being a great player, Hall of Famer, forever a New England legend, enshrined in Cooperstown, had a little bit of a sarcastic sense of humor.
Oh, without question. All he wanted to do was hit, man. From the time he walked on the field to the time he left the ballpark, all he wanted to do was hit. You know, and he took great pride in his defense, obviously. He was a tremendous left fielder and then ended up being a very good first baseman.
Yeah.
But hit. That's all he wanted to do. I remember a couple of years ago, we were out in spring training and we're sitting in the dugout, just me and him, and they're going through all these drills they go through in the morning. And he said, Jerry, how long are they going to do this? Let's hit.
Time to hit.
It paid off for him.
3-0 pitch to Miller. That is up top. He walked him, so he's walked a couple of men. That'll put him on at first and second for Torreyes, who's been real trouble in the series. So far this season against the Red Sox, he is 6 for 13. Phillies with a 2-1 advantage. Toronto now leading Tampa Bay in the 4th inning 3-0.
It's a good thing.
Yep. Keep you updated on that. Red Sox a game and a half in front of them. Tampa Bay Rays in the division. Pitch number 69 for the right-hander.
Ooh, ducking a curveball.
Just ducking down.
That's like the old days. Try to duck under the curveball. Down he goes.
He's a scrappy little player, man.
He really is.
He puts the ball in play.
Former Yankee and Dodger. 1-0 pitch. Pop foul back out of play.
When I first got to the minor leagues, they used to teach that, you know, to try to duck curveballs and get up on your toes on sinkers. And try to make, you know, the pitch look lower or the breaking ball look higher. You don't see that much anymore. You just saw it though from Reyes.
Well, the inning began with back-to-back Ks of McCutchen and Gregorius, but then Hoskins with the double that Verdugo couldn't make the play on, and a walk now to Miller. And it is 2-1 on Reyes. And as we thought was the case, Marwin Gonzalez, who started today, just getting back into the swing of things, a right hamstring strain. That's the hammy that was bothering him prior. So unfortunately for Marwin, very frustrating day. And the count goes to 3-1 on Reyes.
Yeah, you got to feel bad for him. He gets a chance to come back and play this last game before the break, re-injures himself, and now he's going to think about that all through the All-Star break.
Travis Jankowski on deck. 2-1 Phillies. Here in the top half of the 4th inning. Man, a 3-1.
A healthy cut from the guy. Torreyes in that situation. Ahead in the count, 3-1. He just let that one fly.
Well, the crowd at Fenway, another big crowd looking for a punch out, which would be the 3rd of the inning for him. Swinging a high fly ball into left field deep. This one carries way back. It is gone. Ronald Torreyes launching one. Just his 3rd home run of the season. A 3-run blast. He has been an absolute pain in the neck.
Just a thorn in the Red Sox side this whole series. He gets this 3-2 fastball right down the middle, and he just dropped the head on it, Jerry.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's a pest.
In this case, a pest with pop.
Yes, sir.
And it is 5-1 Philadelphia. All of this with 2 out. Certainly not a home run hitter in their lineup. And a bunt here by Jankowski. Dies on the grass. The throw is going to be late. Boy, that sat on the grass and just died there. So Jankowski on for the 2nd time. A bunt single. Alex Cora's out.
Could it be asking him if he was out of the box when he bunted that ball? Did it hit him twice? Let's take another look.
I think that's what he's saying. He hit the ball twice.
Was he in the batter's box? Was that left foot out of the batter's box? That's my question.
The ball hits the bat.
Watch it come around.
Boom, and it hits the bat again.
Hits the bat again. Yep, you're right. One, two, and then and then came out. You're exactly right, Ellis.
So in that situation, is that a foul ball? It's got to be a foul ball.
Yeah, if he's out of the batter's box, he's out.
Oh, he's out if he's out of there.
Back. They're going to call him back.
So if he's in the box, it's a foul ball.
It's a foul ball, yeah. If he's out of the box, he's out.
Girardi out for an explanation as well. So they're going to send him back to complete the at-bat.
I'll tell you one thing. If that bunt's successful, guy just went yard, and then he drops a bunt with 2 outs, you better be prepared to steal second base on the first or second pitch and get in a scoring position. 2 outs in the inning.
So big inning here for the Fightin' Phils. In fact, the last 2 innings, they've scored a total of 5 times. They lead it 5-1.
I should say if the ball hits the hitter out of the batter's box, he's out.
Torreyes wearing that home run hat, which they started in June. And after his 3-run blast.
He's just been seeing the ball so well this series. Battling up there.
He's really hurt the Red Sox several times. Big time here. Counts 0-1 on Jankowski. Tears into this one. Another play by Dahlbeck. Again to Pivetta, and in time. Boy, he's made a couple of brilliant plays. That was ticketed for the right field line in a double. Side retired 5-1. Philadelphia. Weight loss.
Another great play at first base by Bobby Dahlbeck, again going to his glove side, and that time Pivetta got there a little bit earlier and did not get run over. But again, Dahlbeck, excellent footwork right there to get to that, take a double away, and get the final out of the inning.
With proven weight loss each and every week, imagine how fast you can make your own 180. Reserve your consultation today. And what a treat. We just had the great Dwight Evans pop in to say hello to you guys and promise that we could get him on at some point in the second half of the season.
Don't book it.
He still looks like $1 million. Well, Torreyes has been big time trouble. A 3-run homer to put the Phillies in front 5-1.
Quite the surprise. Great to see Dewey. He looks great.
He always does. You guys go a long way back.
Oh yeah.
Certainly the Rem Dog does.
Yep, long time ago.
Well, this is Xander, a home run in the second inning. That's the only Red Sox run so far. Number 15 for the All-Star shortstop. The Red Sox with work to do. It's early, but down by 4 in the 4th inning. And Christopher Sanchez, just up from the minors, skips a breaking ball or a changeup.
Hadn't seen a lot of his changeups, but he does feature it. Been seeing that breaking ball and that fastball quite often.
Now, 3rd time this season, the Phillies have brought the lefty up to the major leagues, but this is the longest he's worked in any of those. 2-1. Bogarts, Devers, Renfroe. So far, Red Sox been held to 3 hits. Yesterday was a very quiet day with the bats for Boston, too.
Time to get it going.
2-2. Xander will be the starting shortstop for the American League at the All-Star game in Colorado, his 3rd All-Star selection. He also started the game in 2016.
Mr. Consistent.
Leading the American League in doubles. He's in the top 10 in hits, batting average, on base percentage, slugging percentage, OPS, and also extra base hits. He has 41 extra base, well, 42 now with the home run in the second.
Sorry, Dave. Just Mr. Consistent.
And the 2-2 coming. Down he goes, hacking. And 1 away in the Red Sox 4th.
Catch the action from the oldest premier amateur baseball league in the country. Tomorrow, Nesson will showcase some of the country's top collegiate baseball talent in the Cape Cod League Baseball League. Cape Cod Baseball League, I should say. Don't miss the Katuitt Kettlers versus the Wareham Gatemen tomorrow night at 7 on Nesson.
Cape is so much fun.
I'm going to be in that area tomorrow. Maybe we'll go down and do the game.
You are. You're going to go to the game. Going to turn on the TV, and the Red Dog is going to be doing a little Cape Cod baseball.
He's doing it from the back of a boat.
Nice.
Those games are so much fun. If you are down on the Cape in the summertime, take one of those in. Very casual, swing and a miss by Rafi Devers, who has a base hit, 1 for 1 today.
Took it a swing at a nasty little slider right there.
Yeah, a lot of off-speed pitches, huh? Sliders, changeups.
Nobody aboard, and a 1-1 from the southpaw.
Well, fastball there at 95. It doesn't seem that quick, but it is. It's got that slow, deliberate delivery, and then the 95 coming out of his hand.
Just sneaks on you.
So you're going to be on the Cape, Rem Dog, for the break.
The Vineyard.
The Vineyard.
Yep.
Ellis is heading for the All-Star game. A guest of Major League Baseball in Denver, Colorado.
And you're going to be cleaning stuff out of your house to move.
I'm going to be packing glassware apparently for 3 days. Just sold our house, so.
Well, congratulations on that.
Thanks. Please, text me in a couple of days and congratulate me again while I'm packing stuff up. Goes with the territory. The 2-2. Little roller here, softly hit. Sanchez off the hill, will flip it to get him. 2 down. Look back today in history, brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more in car insurance. The '89 All-Star game in Anaheim. Bo Jackson and Wade Boggs lead off. The bottom of the first inning, back-to-back home runs. Bo added a stolen base, a single, and another RBI. He won the MVP. Bo knows baseball.
I remember that game. Back to back right out of the chute.
Little Boggsy.
Boggsy, he could hit home runs, I believe, anytime he wanted to. If you saw him in batting practice, you wouldn't believe some of the shots he used to hit. But he didn't want to do it in the game.
No.
He wanted those base hits, man.
Tremendous power, hits the ball out in BP, any part of the field.
Right. I'd put him in a home run hitting contest.
Any day. But the thing about it, during the game, he's just locked in, up the middle, opposite field.
Renfroe lined hard to right. First time up, he's 0 for 1. They used to say the same thing about Ichiro, another great hitter.
Yeah.
Another Hall of Famer, that he could have been a 30 to 35 home run guy if he concentrated on just that.
Right. I've heard the same things.
Guy who once had, 262 hits in the season?
That was amazing.
Ichiro? A 1-1 fouled off.
Remember one time I was in Seattle and I was down near the batting cage and Ichiro was down there. Of course, he had all these interpreters around him all the time because Japanese media they were always with him. And all of a sudden I hear him start talking. He's talking perfect English. Perfect English. I was like amazed. I couldn't believe it. I said, that's great.
Yeah, that was just unreal. In 2001, I believe it was.
Toward third long line, but foul. So Renfroe will come on back, 2 down. I also heard him once give an interview where he said, now there are certain terms and certain words I learned right away in English that I really got down and would never be repeated in certain company.
No, yeah. Well, those are always the first ones you would learn.
The absolute first ones were the were the nastiest ones.
I believe that was that team that won 116 games in 2001.
And didn't win the whole thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Couldn't really get out of their own way come playoff time. A great offensive team. The story I heard was, I believe it was at the end of every season he played when he came to the major leagues in the United States. When the season was over, he would fly to Cooperstown. And he would always make that part of his annual visit would be to Cooperstown every single year. And obviously he's a Hall of Famer. Must have had some inkling that was yet another Hall of Fame he was going to be in. But what a career.
What a career is right.
and had a tremendous appreciation for American baseball. 2 down, 3-2, and skipped it up there for ball 4. So Red Sox have a base runner with 2 down for Christian Vasquez. Phillies with another explosion of offense today. They lead it 5-1 after getting 8 in the 8th inning last night to put the game away. Vasquez on the day 0 for 1. He has popped to short. And bright sunshine again here at Fenway. Lights are on. Red Sox have activity in the bullpen. 2 down. Vasquez trying to extend a hitting streak to 4 in a row.
See if the Red Sox can string a couple of hits together and get something going.
He looks at a strike. Red Sox have dropped 3 out of their last 4. Still maintaining a 1.5 game advantage inside the division. And Toronto and Tampa Bay now in the 6th inning, 3-0 Blue Jays. Bobby Dahlbeck, looking for his first at bat, is on deck. He had to come on to relieve Marwin Gonzalez, who was out with a hamstring again. There's a shot up the middle for a base hit. Renfroe scurrying up to second and stopping there.
And Vasquez from center field to right field, deadly. I mean, that's where he gets an awful lot of base hits in both directions. Up the middle, that fastball down and in. Beautiful job making contact on that. Good head discipline. Right on contact and takes it up the middle for the base hit with 2 outs. Yeah, have an injury.
He squared that up perfectly.
No, I don't think so.
Pitching coach out with an interpreter.
Yep.
For Sanchez, 24-year-old from the Dominican Republic. Remember, the Phillies were supposed to start Aaron Nola today. Certainly one of the studs in their rotation, but because of COVID-19 contact tracing, unable to go, along with 3 of his teammates, including the starting third baseman Alec Bohm. They're going to get Neris active in their bullpen. Sanchez, the second man to pitch today for Joe Girardi. Now, Bobby D is due for a big one. This would qualify right here. First and second, 2 down. Red Sox need a boost. Down 5-1. Bobby has 10 so far. 10 home runs, hitting .218. Renfroe and Vasquez aboard.
Well, that 96 to me just doesn't look 96. It's going to be that slow delivery.
Yeah, he can get it up there.
Yeah, the ball just jumps on you.
Bobby has not homered in July. His last one was June 28th against Kansas City. Sox trying to get something going with 2 down. That one almost got by Real Muto. 95, but almost snuck by.
Quick like reflexes there, like a cat.
Yaxel Rios in the pen. So not the kind of day that Nick Pivetta was dreaming about facing his old mates. giving up 5 runs, 4 hits. Here's the 2-0. Broken back, ground ball to short, and they'll make the play with a force at second to retire the side. '21 American League standings. Red Sox #1 in the American League at 55 and 35. Then you have the White Sox and the Astros, 1 game off the pace. And Tampa Bay, of course, in the division as well, 1.5 behind. Right now they trail Toronto 3-0 in the 6th inning. And time now for our BuyFordNow.com call to the bullpen. Yaxel Rios to make an appearance, so a short start for Nick Pivetta.
Yeah, a little bit different than last time out, that's for sure. For Nick Pivetta, and just wasn't clicking for him today.
The first 2 innings he looked pretty good. It was 6 up, 6 down. Got the leadoff man in fact in the 3rd inning, but went haywire after that.
A couple of balls that were hit very hard too, with nice plays by Dahlbeck at first base. Helped him out a little bit, but not his day today.
So Nick winds up going 4, giving up 5 runs on 4 hits. And a home run, a 3-run blast by Torreyes. That was the most damaging by far. And here's Segura to lead off the 5th inning. He has gone 0 for 2. He's grounded at third. He's also flied out to right field. Phillies 4.5 out in their division, trailing the New York Mets. The division certainly looks like it is up for grabs, though, and that'll be ball 1.
Yaxel Rios, he has a plus arm. I mean, he can bring that ball. Good breaking ball, fastball with some sink at the end. There's one right there. Red Sox just need him to come in and throw strikes.
Did pitch on Friday in game 1 of this series. Came on in the 6th inning. He struck out 1. Got 1 out. Floater racing back Xander, but that'll drop into left. So Segura has his first knock today.
175 years, Hood has been committed to supporting communities throughout New England. That's why we're proud to support the Red Sox Foundation, which has supported organizations that make a difference in the lives of children, families, and veterans by improving their health, education, and recreational opportunities. Thank you to the Red Sox Foundation for harnessing the passion of Red Sox fans to support our communities. Dave.
Jumai, thank you very much. Real Muto will climb in. He's gone 1 for 2 with a single that drove in a run in the 3rd inning. That's when they got 2. They got 3 more in the 4th to open it up a bit.
Yeah, you got to keep your eye on Segura. 6 steals on the season, caught once. That was yesterday.
He's missing a few buttons on that shirt.
Styling.
Little slider there from Rios.
Interesting story today about former Yankee star Joe Pepitone, who's filed a lawsuit against the Baseball Museum in Cooperstown seeking the return of the Louisville Slugger bat that Mickey Mantle used to hit his 500th career home run more than 5 decades ago. It's valued between $500,000 and $1 million. He lent it to the Hall of Fame with the understanding, he says, that it would be eventually returned to him. And he said he's been to the Hall of Fame many times since and was always reassured by the museum it would get back to him in time. But they don't want to give it up, and they're saying it is preserved proudly for millions of fans to see it. The Hall of Fame says this bat is where it belongs, on display in Cooperstown for fans everywhere to come and visit.
Yeah, give it up, Joe. Come on.
That is interesting.
Pepitone claims the bat was taken from his locker after the game without his knowledge or consent. Driven into right center. Hernandez coming, diving, and made the play. And now he's going to throw back into first base, and that's going to be a double play.
Segura still doesn't realize that Kike caught that ball.
Yeah, he's standing at third in wonder, but Kike laying out and making a sensational diving play. And now Segura walks away, finally convinced he is out.
Oh, what a play by Kike Hernandez. I didn't think there was any way in the world he was going to get to this. And he did fairly easily with the dive. I'll tell you, he can dive all over center field with the best of them.
This kid has been nothing but a highlight reel throughout the season.
He really has. Between throwing out runners at home plate and defensive plays like that. And I can't blame Segura for that because I think everybody in the ballpark thought that was going to drop in.
So 2 down brings up Bryce Harper. He's 0 for 2, rounding out 2 times. You know, if you just look at the defensive highlights of this game, if we just stacked them on end, you'd say there's no way the Red Sox are trailing 5-1.
Yeah, exactly right.
Because they've made them all. Vicious cut, 1 ball, 1 strike. Each side has made 1 error. Segura doubled up. Big shift on for Harper with Christian Arroyo in shallow right. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
98 with that last fastball.
And Harper's a little tardy.
Bryce Harper with 15 home runs. The first 14 he hit this season were all solo shots. That is the most to start a season ever by a Philadelphia Philly. Two and two.
Yeah, you can tell by only 34 RBIs by Bryce Harper.
Yeah, with 15 home runs, you think that total would be much higher than that.
Exactly.
He's not going to the All-Star game, and I would bet he's a pretty honest and candid guy that he would admit he doesn't deserve to go to the All-Star game this year, despite that massive contract, $330 million. And a wave and a miss, and he put him away. Strike 3. A double play, a big helping hand. 5-1 Philadelphia. Brought to you by Plymouth Rock Assurance, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Red Sox. BigTimeBats.com. Visit now for your Dustin Pedroia retirement bat. And by Lexus and the Lexus Strikeout Hunger Program. Jerry Remy, Ellisburg's Dave O'Brien with you on a Sunday afternoon. Last game before the All-Star break. Red Sox are down 5-1 to the Phillies, who are trying to win the series. They've out-hit the Sox 5-4. Ronald Torres, a 3-run homer for Philadelphia. Xander Bogaerts a solo shot for the Sox in the second, and that's been the offense on the Red Sox side. Arroyo to lead things off against the left-hander Sanchez, to be followed by Kike Hernandez. Just made a sprawling play to steal a hit in the outfield.
Now let's see if a defensive play can spark some offense for the Red Sox.
Get those bats going.
Did you feel that in the dugout when a guy made a play like that?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, absolutely.
Sock toward the alley. Long run here by Jankowski. That's sailing, and it is off the wall. Arroyo charging into second base, and a pull up with a double, and he almost powered it out of here right up against the bullpen fence.
That was a serious extension on Christian Arroyo's part. He jumped all over this pitch, middle away, low down, and he just crushed that ball. Sweet part of the bat, Jerry, just lining it off the wall.
Absolutely, and twice he's gone the other way today. That time almost for a home run. Looks like Girardi's on his way out to make a move. But yeah, you know, you talked about defensive plays saving runs, and you know, you kind of get that feeling, especially when you're down in the game. You get in the clubhouse, in the dugout rather, you give that guy a bunch of high fives and you say, hey, let's go, you know, let's get some runs here, let's go.
That's it for Sanchez. Hector Neris, the right-hander, coming in. We'll take the break as well and return to Fenway with more in just a moment. 5-1 Phillies. Presented by GMC, and of course the All-Star festivities begin tomorrow with Home Run Derby. The game on Tuesday from Denver, Colorado. Off day Wednesday for everybody. And the Sox and the Yankees resume the second half on Thursday. That game on ESPN. Well, Red Sox trying to fashion a comeback. They knock out Sanchez. after the Arroyo double, and that sends up Hector Neris to the hill, and he's averaging over 11 strikeouts per 9. So a big K guy. Nobody out for Kike Hernandez. Red Sox trailing 5-1, and a long wait for Kike. He gets time from Jansen Visconti.
You know, in this situation, you get a leadoff double. You want to try to not only get that guy over, get a base hit, of course, but you want to get something on the board this inning.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that man already to score at second base.
Red Sox haven't scored since the second. Their only run, and fouled at home plate.
Neris with a good fastball, good live fastball, very good split.
Kike is tapped to third. He's also reached on an error. Jose Alvarado, the left-hander, loosening in their pen.
Yeah, they dumped the bullpens out today. 3 days off, 4 days off for a lot of clubs. Well, for just about every club except the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Arroyo off second, nobody out.
That's a splitter right there from Neris. That one almost acting like a slider, breaking down and away from Hernandez.
Verdugo on deck. Kike 5 home runs, 10 RBIs in his last 13 games. So he's really been driving the ball. Just had a gold star defensive play. Here's the 1-1. Foul back. Kike is also one of those leadoff guys who's not looking to take ball 4. He's only walked 26 times.
Yeah, I was about to say Kike is very aggressive at the plate. If he sees a pitch that he likes, he's definitely going to take a swipe at it.
And Neris home with a 1-2 pitch. Swinging a fly ball to center field. Jankowski's back. He's to the track. Makes the catch. The tag up by Arroyo, and he will advance into third and stop there.
Scout the stars of tomorrow right here on NESN as the Woo Sox host the Scranton-Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders at Polo Park. Don't miss first pitch Tuesday night at 6:30 on NESN.
Deep fly ball to the track in center field by Kike. Excellent play by Christian to tag up from second and get to third right there. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, if you're going to make it out, advance the runner.
So now Verdugo trying to pick him up. Alex today 0 for 2. Last time up hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Looking to collect his 36th run batted in with the infield backed up. 5-1 Phillies. Base hit would also give him a 6-game hitting streak. Last 2 days, Red Sox have been scrapping to score runs.
Yeah, I really didn't expect that in this series, too. I know the Phillies got a pretty decent offense, about the middle of the pack in a lot of categories, but the pitching only so-so. But it hasn't been bad in this series.
Today they really had to piece it together because of COVID-19. Bounding ball toward the hole. Segura will spin and throw as the run comes in to score. So the Red Sox do get their second run finally. It is 5-2.
Just make contact, score the run, go from here.
Like a little split.
Split that time going down. Not away, but just down that time. And Verdugo with the ground ball at second base. It does bring home the run because they're playing back. Well, they cut the deficit to 3 runs.
That is the 100th career RBI for Alex Verdugo. So he's off the 99. And here's JD Martinez. He's grounded out and struck out today. 2 down, bases clean. 5-2 Philadelphia. JD trying to reach base in 28 consecutive games. Needs to get on here today.
That's very important for the Red Sox to score a run here, as well as try to do the same thing the next couple of innings and hopefully hold the Phillies from scoring, stop them, just to get something going.
The Red Sox did not get a long start out of Pivetta today, just 4 innings. High fly ball, hit it for the wall. That's up there off the monster. Back to McCutchen. JD wants 2. The throw, the tag safe. He got in there. Martinez with a double.
And JD was hustling out of the box on that particular ball off the wall. As soon as he hit that, he was thinking double the whole way, and he knew it was going to be a close play, and he just legged it out.
Yeah, you know you've got to do that at Fenway, because if it doesn't go over the wall, there's a chance you're going to be thrown out at second base. That's a perfect hop, too, right to McCutchen in a very close play at second, but JD going as hard as he can to get in a scoring position. Head first slide. Don't see many of those anymore. I mean, feet first. See a lot of head first.
Girardi thought about challenging it, elected not to, so that's 28 straight games he's been on base. Longest active streak in Major League Baseball. And here's Xander. He's homered and struck out today. In there for strike 1. Second double here in the 5th inning by the Sox.
That line drive off the wall by JD there would have been a home run in 2 different ballparks. Wrigley Field and Minute Maid in Houston.
On the infield, here comes Didi Gregorius, and we'll set him down. Red Sox settle for the 1 run, 5-2 Phillies. GM Monster Moment trivia question. Which former Red Sox pitcher threw a no-hitter and hit 2 home runs in the same game as a Philly in 1971? Fergie Jenkins, Rick Wise, or Jim Lonborg?
I got a guess on that one. I'm not going to release it, of course, but all my guess is wrong.
Head to NESN's Twitter to submit your answer. You usually get all of these right.
I was wrong on that one.
Brings your average down to about, well, just shy of perfect. There's McCutchen. He has struck out 2 times. 5-2 Phillies, 6th inning. Bullpens have been in charge of this one for a while. And Darwin Hernandez back up in the bullpen, 2nd time today. Gregorius on deck, and then Hoskins. Phillies got a couple of runs in the 3rd. They got 3 in the 4th inning. Red Sox solo runs in the 2nd and the 5th, and that's been all. Meanwhile, Toronto still leading Tampa Bay 3-0 in the 7th. And a 2-1 drift inside.
Nice tight pitch right there. Just off the plate. You're talking about McCutchen's 2 strikeouts today already. With 77 on the season, that's a lot for him. You don't normally see him striking out that much. Goes to show he's not seeing the ball very well.
What amazes me is when we make out our lineup cards, the way I do it, I put walks and strikeouts in there, and almost everybody in the league has more strikeouts than walks. It's amazing. When you come across a guy with more walks, it's like, wow, is this right?
You're right, Jerry.
Hammered into center field. Hernandez again with a dive. Kike did it again.
Whoa.
Boy, is he having some season in the outfield.
How about this show?
This is unreal.
I mean, going and both. Look how far he's got to go to make this play. He's shading him over in right center field. and has the speed and agility to dive and make this play in that big webbing.
And it doesn't matter. Left field, right field, over the wall, everything. This kid is catching everything.
Let's put on a show today. He really is. You got to love that. You're not kidding.
Back-to-back innings. And stealing the Phillies blind in the outfield. Here's Gregorius, big wave and a miss. He's 0 for 2.
Red Sox defense today has been off the chart. I wonder if Kike's hurt a little bit out there. He's have a tough time catching his breath.
You have knocked the wind out of him.
He could use an inning where he doesn't have to make a Superman play.
How about that?
Red Sox have made some outstanding defensive plays on this day. The high pop-up into right center. Arroyo doing a breaststroke. He's out there to put it away. Had a long way to go, but he was in the shift. And 2 down.
Red Sox fans, get energized for game day with the Dunkin' Espresso deal you don't want to strike out on. Pick a power hitter with a $3 medium latte, cappuccino, or signature latte from 2 to 6 p.m. The Red Sox run on Dunkin'. Exclusions apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Two-way. Here's Hoskins. He has a double and a strikeout. The double was big, though, because it came with 2 down in the 4th. And it looked like it was going to be a quick inning for Nick Pivetta. He gave up that 2-base hit. Then he walked Miller. And then moments later, Torreyes crushed one to left up into the monster seats. 3-run homer. The at-bat of the game so far. That made it 5-1. The Sox have gotten 1 back. Try to hold up, and a swing and a miss. So says Ed Hickox. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hoskins, a guy as mentioned, will strike out a lot, but he'll take walks too. A couple of years ago became the first Philly with 25 homers and 115 walks in a season since Bobby Abreu did it in 04. Wasn't Bobby Abreu one of the guys who went to the home run hitting contest one year and then fell apart right after that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like he couldn't buy a home run. And his swing was just a mess after that. That's one of the great fears that the guys who do sign up for it, they have.
That's an argument that they make. I mean, it just it's one of those things, you know, you spend all that time practicing and hitting home runs and batting practice at the All-Star game, and all of a sudden you come back in the regular season, you still have that home run swing.
He's going to walk him. Rios puts him on, so Hoskins aboard.
And you have a lot of swing and misses. You don't want that.
And Cora now out of the dugout. He's going to make another move to the bullpen. So Rios will be done with Brad Miller coming up. And Darwin's in to enter the fray here. 5-2 Phillies, 2 down, 6th inning. We'll have more in just a moment. Red Sox baseball on NESN brought to you by Amica Insurance. Experience Amica Auto, Home, and Life Insurance. BuyAToyota.com for offers not seen on TV. Visit BuyAToyota.com. And by Lord Hobo, enjoy a refreshing can of 617 in the ballpark. Or a balloon. Whatever floats your boat. 5-2. Phillies have the lead. Time for pitching change.
That's what you are every day before the game out there, huh?
Yeah, getting it done, man. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust. Darwinson makes his 36th appearance, 2-2, 2.79 ERA. Really fine first half. And brought in with 2 down and a base runner at first for Brad Miller, who has walked and also grounded out to second. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Red Sox will have Devers, Renfroe, Vasquez due up. Man, the 0-1. He was late.
Stepping in a bucket a little bit. The bucket meaning toward first base.
and chasing high.
Yeah, doesn't like the lefty. It doesn't look like. Well, not that particular pitch, anyway.
He'll go the other way and lob that one foul down the line.
That's like a swing and hope I make contact.
Man. Left on left. Darwinson is very nasty.
Oh, 2 again. Oh, he wanted no part of him. Darwinson puts him away quickly. One man left. 5-2 Phillies.
Down the game, and you'll hear from Nick Pivetta and Alex Cora. Who but W.B. Mason?
Bottom of the 6th inning coming your way. Last game before the All-Star break. Red Sox are down by 3 runs. 5-2 Phillies. And Jose Alvarado, the hard-throwing left-hander, to come on. He's always thrown the ball well at Fenway. In fact, only one pitcher has begun a career with more consecutive scoreless appearances at Fenway than his, and that was Rich Hill. 16 for Rich, 13 for this man. Out of the bullpen, last 22 games, he has a 2.82 ERA. He's been very tough to hit. But Rafael Devers will give it a shot, and then Hunter Renfroe, then Christian Vasquez in the 6th. Rafi today, base hit. He's also grounded to the pitcher. And a batting clip up to 284. Number 2 in Major League Baseball in RBIs. He's 4th in the American League in homers, 3rd in slugging, 2nd in extra base hits. And again, only 24 years old. That'll be in there for a strike at 93.
Just having an all-around excellent season.
Yeah, he is everywhere in the top 10 in the American League in offensive categories. 0-1. Down 2 strikes.
Oh, he didn't pick that ball up at all. You don't see that many swings like that from Devers.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he just did not pick that up at all.
Oh, 2 pitch. Oh, yeah. Down he goes swinging. Not close. He strikes out. And one away in the 6th.
I've seen a couple of lefties nasty on left-handed hitters finishing up last inning. Miller having troubles with Hernandez. And now Devers having trouble with Alvarado.
And that's a 94-mile-an-hour cutter.
Yeah, that's pretty hard.
One gone for Hunter Renfroe. He's lined hard to right and taking a walk.
He's feeling that pitch right now. Leading Renfroe off with the little cutter.
1-0. In there for a strike, back with 98. So he can flat bring it.
They got some good arms in the bullpen over there in Philly.
The Phillies are 18-10 in games that he's appeared in, so when he's in there, they're a much better club. Yankees and Houston are in the 3rd inning. They're tied 1-1. As mentioned, Toronto 3-0 on Tampa Bay, 8th inning at Tropicana Field. That one's crunched into left center for a base hit. Hunter Renfroe aboard, his first hit today.
Now there's a fastball. He didn't get quite as far inside. Hunter got the head of the bat out on him, Jerry, and just busted it right back up the middle.
Yeah, and that was a straight fastball. That wasn't a cutter that time. Powerful swing right there. Good exit velocity. Base hit.
Christian Vasquez next. He's 1 for 2 with the single. Red Sox 7 hits. Phillies only 5. More cloud cover now at Fenway after a few innings of sunshine. And across for strike one.
At 99 right there. Reached back a little bit on that one.
Red Sox very familiar with the former Tampa Bay Ray. He had one earlier this season on May 11th at Washington that registered at 102.5 on the radar gun.
You know, you see that so often now. Pitchers at 98 to 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, that was the fastest pitch ever thrown by a Philly in the pitch tracking era, which is to say since 2008. Fourth fastest in the majors this season. Chapman threw one 103.4 for the Yankees, but of course he had some bad outings too. 1-2.
You know, and that's to my point. A guy like Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens back in the day, Randy Johnson, these guys, you had to think they hit 100 miles an hour a few times.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The guns are so much better today.
Exactly.
You faced him. I played behind him. I've never seen anybody throw harder than Ryan.
Oh, I faced him when he was 45, still throwing 98.
Yeah.
Made him dance a bit to get out of the way. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You had one of the great encounters ever with him when you told the story earlier this season. And he drilled you.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, he came up and told me, hey, you showed up my guys the night before. I hit a home run off Jeff Russell and I believe it was Charlie Huff. And I kind of took my time around the bases. And he didn't appreciate that the next day. And he drilled me for it.
Got you on the hard hat?
Got me on the hard hat. And then came here to Fenway the next time and threw over my head. That's when I had to go out and greet him.
In a manner of speaking. 2-2 pitch. Left it up.
I got the pleasure of watching that for 3 years. And I got to tell you, you know, he was naturally wild. And there were times it was scary playing behind him because, you know, at times he had no idea where the ball was going. I remember one occasion at Yankee Stadium. He had somebody in the head. I just can't remember who it was. When I came back in the dugout, he was laying in the runway. And he said to me, he says, you know, he says, I'm really afraid that someday I'm going to kill somebody.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
3-2. That one driven toward the wall, rising up high off the monster. Renfroe heading into third, into second. Now big turn. Vasquez went too far. He's caught in a rundown. Renfroe holding at third base, and they will get Vasquez, who went too far. Red Sox have a man at third, but now 2 down.
Yeah, that's a tough play for Vasquez right there. That hurts. You'd have had a first and third situation. Instead, McCutchen, he makes a good play by coming into second base. And they've really got the rundown going on. You can see Vasquez is trying to wave him home, but he's having none up. He's not going anywhere. And I don't blame him. He shouldn't be going anywhere.
Yeah, that ball came directly back to McCutchen. Perfect hop to him. And, of course, he threw a perfect throw to second base. No chance at 2 right there in that situation.
You know, in Vasquez's defense, I thought he believed that McCutchen was going to throw that ball at third base. I thought he was. And at the last second, he spun and threw that ball at second base. But that base running play hurts.
Well, they come out, Girardi bringing a trainer, and apparently Alvarado is okay. The Red Sox lose a base runner. You're right. Renfroe didn't even think about coming home.
No, he was being held there by Fabulous all the way. Don't get trapped being thrown out at home.
So to bring up Bobby Dahlbeck, who's 0 for 1. Bobby, a fairly late entry into the ball game, in for Marwin Gonzalez, who started at first base and came up lame with a hamstring. And then Bobby has made a pair of dazzling defensive plays.
We can see him dazzle one out of the ballpark right now.
You're right. Those plays were amazing at first base. Very similar.
Bounding ball deep short. Gregorius from the grass skips it, and a wild throw, and a run is in.
All right.
That'll make it 5-3.
Now let's see how they score this one.
That should be a base hit. DD had to go too far to his right to make this play, as you can see here. And from the outfield grass, plant and throw. And I got to believe that Dahlbeck's going to get a base hit and an RBI on that. And they're fortunate it hit the netting in front of the Red Sox dugout, which was never there before. It's there now. That kept Dahlbeck from getting in a scoring position.
That is true. He's in left field trying to make this throw.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a base hit.
It is in an RBI. For Bobby Dahlbeck. Yeah, he's having a really good day. 2-run game. Here's Arroyo. Single and a double for him. 2 for 2 today. So the Red Sox slowly chipping away here into the 6th inning.
And that's exactly what they needed to do. Each inning, try to get at least 1 run. Until you have the big inning, of course.
2 down, a man aboard. And that one is a gap shot. That's on the grass to the track and up against the wall. Here comes Bobby D rounding third. He's trying to score, and he will without a throw. And it's a 1-run game at Fenway.
How about the day Arroyo's having? Out of the 9 spot. 3 for 3. Single, double, RBI.
You had to think that was coming. He'd been swinging the bat fairly well, but right at people throughout this series, and he finally got some breaks starting off today.
As soon as that ball was hit, you knew Dahlbeck was going to be able to score from first base. 2 outs, you're going on contact. No hesitation at all. And a nice wave to the dugout by Arroyo. Right back in it. 5-4.
Yeah, and waving bye-bye to Alvarado. Bradley coming in. Pitching change for the Phillies. Red Sox charging with 2 down in the 6th. More in a moment.
BigTimeBats.com is announcing the Dustin Pedroia collection featuring a very limited chrome wooden bat and chrome Red Sox helmet. There will be a limited edition of 394 bats available for purchase. The Carlton Fisk bats sold out, so don't miss out on your chance this time. Dave?
Jemai, thank you. Red Sox have the tying run at second base, and Kike Hernandez in the box. You know, he's done it with his glove and his hustle. He's made 2 great plays in the outfield.
Yeah, for the plays he's made, Dave, he deserves a hit right here to tie the game.
Sure does. On the day so far, 0 for 3. Arroyo crunching a run scoring double. Red Sox with 4 consecutive hits to knock out Jose Alvarado, who typically pitches great at Fenway, but not today. On the infield, over to cut it is Torreyes, and on target to retire the side. But the Red Sox keep on chipping away to get 2. It's 5-4 Philadelphia.
By Xfinity, and the powerful connection today is the home run by Torreyes back in the 4th inning. A 3-run shot, only his 3rd of the season, but that gave him 3 runs in the 4th inning.
And that made it 5-1 at the time. Red Sox have been bouncing back, though. 5-4 now. Trying to go up the middle, but that's exactly where Arroyo had him played, and that is out number 1. So Torreyes makes it out for the first time.
Yeah, I just want to take a chance and say right now, Ellis, you've been here a couple of weeks. You've been doing studio work, game work. It's been great. Yeah, I know you're going away for a while after today's game. We'll see you back here in August, but nice going, buddy, and doing a terrific job.
Thank you so much, Jared. That means a lot because, you know, anytime you get out of your own comfort zone and do something new, it's a little tough.
It is tough, believe me. I remember my start. You're a lot farther along than I was.
Well, I appreciate it. Learning from you guys every day.
Have you enjoyed it?
I have.
Because it is so different from everything else that you've done.
Yes.
And you're forget about playing. Everything else you've done since then.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally different. But, you know, I've had some great help from you guys, the producers at Nesson. You know, it's just so many guys that helped me out a lot. TC, Jimmy. So thank you, everyone, for all your help.
Well, our pleasure. Believe me, that's true. 1 ball and 1 strike here on Jankowski, who's walked and scored. and grounded out. Here's Devers to cut it from the grass, and 2 up and 2 down.
Put him right back in the dugout. Couple of very quick outs, and out comes Alex Cora.
Well, as you said in the first inning, everybody's available today.
Yep.
With 3 days coming up, Sawamura, who has impressed in the first half, trying to add to that. We'll take another break in a tight one here at Fenway. Phillies 5, Red Sox 4.
Nation and Kid Nation All-Star memberships are now available for sign-ups. The whole family can join the official fan clubs of the Boston Red Sox and enjoy exclusive benefits. To learn more, visit redsox.com/fanclubs.
Hirokazu Sawamura to make an appearance for the 35th time this season.
That's Brian Zaccello in the yellow shirt right there. Big Bruins guy. Producer of Bruins hockey.
Z, as we call him.
Z, Big Z.
Ground ball drawn in. It caroms off. Bogarts will scoop and fire, and doesn't get him. Segura runs too well, and he is aboard. A glancing blow off Rafi Devers, who was in close anyway on the grass.
Yeah, Devers, you can see how tight he's playing down at third base, and that ball just eats him up. A nice try by Bogarts, but I believe that's probably going to go as an error. We'll have to wait and see. Played it off to the side that time.
Yeah, will be an E5. So the Phillies have a base runner with 2 down. Real Muto on the day, 1 for 3, denied a second hit on a sensational diving catch in right center field by Kike Hernandez, one of 2 he's made today. And Red Sox turned that into a double play on Segura.
And Real Muto, he's been wearing that hole out between first and second this whole series.
Yeah, they've been shifted on him, so he's been taking advantage of that.
Exactly.
Sawamura posting a 1.64 ERA since May 1st. Time granted by Visconti. Sox trying to recover from a 5-1 deficit as of the 4th inning. They have closed to within 1. Here's the 0-1 to the All-Star catcher. That disappeared on him, that splitter.
And that splitter, the range is amazing to me. The velocity of the splitter, you know, anywhere from 88 to 96 we've seen Woods this year. I mean, it's the only splitter I think I've ever seen in 96.
We've had to double check it.
Yeah, I did. I really did.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it was a split. That one at 96. 0-2. Left that one up. A straight fastball at 95.
You know, and that's something new for Sawamura, to elevate the fastball. He wasn't doing that earlier this year.
Exactly right.
It took a good month and a half. Made a couple of adjustments, got that elevated heat. It worked really well for him. Trying to put away Real Muto. And does with a filthy split. He struck him out. 1 man left. 5-4 Phillies. Bottom.
You know, Kike had 2 amazing catches. The first one here is only a 5% probability to catch this particular ball, and he does. And 10% on the very next one, which is in left center field. He goes from right center to left field and makes 2 outstanding catches. Just doing it all.
I talk about low probability on both of those. Well, Red Sox are within 1, 5-4. They have doubled up the Phillies in hits. And last couple of innings, the Red Sox offense looking more like the Red Sox offense.
Yeah, it's starting to bounce back in this game. It took some defensive plays to get the offense going.
And you talked about that, you know, and how that can jolt a team.
It can.
It certainly feels like it has. Alex Verdugo lead it off. His batting stats presented by Plymouth Rock Assurance, the official auto and home insurance provider of the Boston Red Sox. On the day, he has an RBI, 0 for 3. Drove in a run by grounding out to second in the 5th. So Verdugo, Martinez, Bogarts. If anybody reaches, Devers against Bradley. And here we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Fenway Park organist Josh Cantor with God Bless America in between innings. Now, what has been a very comfortable day at the ballpark. A little less comfortable right now for the Phillies, who did have a 5-1 lead earlier. And the bearded right-hander fires, and it's tap foul.
You know, we were talking about the draft that's going to happen later tonight. Archie Bradley and Dylan Bundy, both from Oklahoma, went in the top 5. And I'm trying to think the year that was, but they were 2 phenomenal pitchers out of high school in Oklahoma.
Pulls a ground ball to the hole. Down for it, Segura. Close play, but he got him. 1 away.
And that just came to my attention when I seen him out there last inning. 2011 it was.
Yep. MLB draft tonight. And by the way, Toronto has knocked off Tampa Bay. It's a final 3-1. So if the Red Sox can fully bounce back, win the ball game, they will go back up by 2.5 going into the break. But work to be done. Blue Jays win it 3-1 over Tampa Bay. JD on the day, a double. He's gone 1 for 3. Xander Bogaerts, who blasted a home run back in the 2nd inning, he's on deck. Up and in. 95 with the Swiftie. One and 2.
A lot of fastballs from Bradley.
He likes that heater.
Yeah, he certainly does. Throws it more than 50% of the time.
Well, it's a serious beard, man. He would have been very comfortable on the 2013 Red Sox with a beard like that. Fouled at home plate.
I remember that year with all the guys with the beards.
And a lot of stuff growing in that beard, though, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Got to groom that every day.
Probably several times a day, right?
Got to. You got to be looking good when you come into a game.
1-2 pitch. Floated toward right. Harper, long run. He will run it down, losing the cap. And 2 away. Let's bring in Jemai Webster.
Well, Dave, you guys talking high picks, and Ellis mentioned the high picks that they have. The Red Sox actually have their highest pick, 4th overall tonight. Highest since 1967, where they took a high school pitcher, Mike Garman, at number 3 overall. And Alex Cora talking about his draft stories. He mentioned twice being drafted in 93 and 96. He didn't sign that first time because he felt like the scouts were questioning his signability, given the fact that his brother Joey went to Vanderbilt, figured he went to college. He said that was the best decision of his life. But that second time in 96, where he was drafted by the Dodgers, he was at the College World Series. He said he celebrated there on an off day and was able to, you know, obviously continue his Major League career there. But, Jerry, you were drafted twice just like Alex. Ellis, you were a first-round pick, so you were one and done. You guys got any fantastic draft day stories?
Well, Jerry, you go ahead with yours first.
Well, I was drafted out of high school, and I was drafted, you know, near the bottom of the barrel. And I had folks telling me, you know, well, you should go to college because, you know, you're not going to make any money doing this. And I kind of listened to them, and I went down to St. Leo's for thinking I was going to play down there for, 4 years. Well, when I got there, I was academically ineligible. So they wanted me to go to a JC down in Florida. I didn't want to go. So I came back. In those days, they had a secondary draft, and I was drafted by the Washington Senators. The Angels in the secondary draft. Very low again, but I took that one, obviously. And really, when you drafted that low, they don't expect you to make the big leagues.
Yeah.
So I was very fortunate.
Well, I just told Danny Doyle, give me the pen. I'm ready to sign right now.
Yeah. Oh,
I was so excited.
Yeah.
Jerry, what was your signing bonus?
$500 a month.
Ellis, what was yours?
50 G's.
You got 50 grand?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I was in the same draft. Well, that summer Roger Clemens got drafted, and he busted that 100 mark. Back then, 50 to 100,000 was a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right now it's a lot of dough.
Oh.
3-2 pitch. Foul back by Xander.
I was just happy.
They met me in Boston. And I don't remember. Excuse me. I don't remember an Angel scout ever watching me play, and it was almost like they took my name out of that first draft, and they said, "Okay, well, let's just take a shot at him." And they said, "We're going to pay you $500 a month, and wear the uniform proudly." I said, "Okay, thank you."
Ball 4. So the Red Sox have a base runner in Xander Bogaerts. He's on with 2 down in front of Devers, and here comes Girardi again. Now both managers are wearing out a path to the mound here with everybody available.
Well, this draft is going to change a lot of lives tonight. A lot of futures are going to be made out there. It's so exciting. I'm sure they're looking forward to it.
And none of them are dreaming of 500 or 50,000. They're dreaming of far more than that at this point, how the game has changed. Well, another bullpen change. Suarez coming on. 5-4 Phillies. We'll have more in a moment.
Every Friday throughout the season to win great prizes, including signed memorabilia from past and present Red Sox players. You can sign up now at NESN.com/PredictTheGame. Compete throughout Friday's telecast. Win a signed Tim Wakefield jersey. Free to play, free to win.
Devers in the box with Bogaerts on at first base, and Ranger Suarez, the very, very tough left-hander out of the Philly pen. Minuscule ERA of 0.83.
And you notice Joe Girardi has a serious strategy when it comes to Devers up here. Just
lefties.
A lot of lefties. Right.
It's going to be in there for a strike. 94. Well, Alvarado made him look bad and struck him out in the 6th inning. And there are times when he can look bad at the plate and then come right back and crush one in the next at bat.
I'd love to see that now.
Let's see what Suarez has in mind. Oh, 1 pitch. Got a piece of it. 2 strikes on Rafi. Ottavino getting ready in the Red Sox pen. This guy has been a go-to for Girardi. 2 down, 2 strikes. And a little pop-up here. Real Muto has room. He shucks the mask, and he's got it. And that'll be all for the Red Sox. A base runner, but 1 stranded. 5-4 Phillies. Looking back at Fenway on a Sunday afternoon with the Phillies lead at 5-4. Moments ago, Rafael Devers popping up to the catcher. None too happy.
No, not in these situations. Down goes the bat. Down goes the helmet. The gloves come off. They go. And out to third base goes Devers.
Bryce Harper to lead it off here in the 8th. Adam Ottavino out of the bullpen.
Yeah, this game can be very frustrating at times.
Oh, can it ever?
Ottavino picked up his 7th save of the year on a road trip Monday against the Angels.
I just want to say to those kids tonight that don't get drafted high, but they do get drafted, you got a shot. And I'm a great example of that, and I'll never forget that.
That's true.
I took great pleasure on passing those guys that were ahead of me, making big money. Great pleasure.
Who had the fancy sports cars?
Yeah, exactly.
They bought with their bonuses.
That is so true, Jerry.
Well,
that's a great
all it takes is somebody to believe in you. It really does. And you find the right coaches that believe in you, and they can help you immensely, because I was so far behind kids from California, Texas, Florida. I played up here. I played 15 games a year.
Yeah.
Not even close when I got down there. They were going to send me home.
You must have caught up fast, though.
I did something. They always liked the fact that I could run, and they felt like they could teach me to play.
1-2 to Harper into the shift. That's hurt him today. Arroyo and plenty of time to get him. Bryce Harper 0 for 4.
I kind of took that into coaching. I coached 1 year, and I coached Ellis, as a matter of fact, down in New Britain in AA baseball. And what it taught me as a coach is there's a group of guys that you get, at AA are going to go to the big leagues. They're going to go. And there's a group that have no chance. And it's sad. Those are the kids that you really want to spend an awful lot of time with to give them a chance to possibly get there someday. And he used to tick me off when those high draft choices wouldn't put that extra effort in.
And that's what it's all about, that extra effort, your work ethic.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if you're a first rounder or a 30th rounder.
Exactly.
If you have the right work ethic, you're going to do well.
You're going to do well.
1 man away from McCutchen, 0 for 3.
I won't name any names, but I had a couple of guys in AA that drove me up a tree, and I don't think I could coach because of what I experienced that year, because they knew they were going to the big leagues at some point, and they were not coachable.
2-0 on the way. Breaking ball popped up. Rafael Devers there, man, makes the play on the warning track. 2 down.
Baseball's 2 biggest events of the summer back-to-back. The action begins at the T-Mobile Home Run Derby on ESPN July 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern. Then catch baseball's biggest stars at the 91st MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 13th on Fox. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern.
D.D. Gregorius has gone 0 for 3. Not naming names, but a couple of guys at AA you were coaching who appeared ticketed to the big leagues. Did they get there?
They got there, and they didn't have tremendous success.
That will be a strike on the outside edge here on Gregorius, who's lined to right, struck out and popped to second.
We had some good players down there, Ellis. They sent quite a few guys to the big leagues.
Yeah, we had a great team there 2 years in a row. But you're absolutely right. There were a few guys that just didn't want to put the work in each day.
And it showed when they got here.
Yep.
Well, 2 former Yankees going toe-to-toe here. Gregorius is 3 for 4 against Ottavino in his career. Nobody on base, 2 down. We're in the 8th inning. Last game before the All-Star break, and the 1-1. Rhys Hoskins would hit next. When we go to the last half of the 8th inning, the Red Sox will have due up Hunter Renfroe, Christian Vasquez, and Bobby Dahlbeck. Two and 2.
I got here early enough today to experience Ottavino's meditation in center field.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Every day.
It was nice.
He looks very much at one with the universe, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he was feeling the grass. He was barefooted.
Yep.
It was nice. It was calming.
It was very calming. I'm going to try that. Maybe starting tomorrow.
There you go. Let us know how that goes, okay?
I'll let you know.
What are you going to do? Go out in the front yard and just be one with the elements. The 3-2 pitch. Little trickler here. Ottavino to pounce on that. Oh, look at that play. Oh. Fires it away, though. Heading into second. Now heading back to first. Here's the throw, the tag, and he's back in. Well, that was a crazy play.
Yeah, what was Adam doing? Did he go between the legs?
I thought he did.
I thought he did.
This
Yeah.
basketball?
Let's see here.
Let's see. He picks the ball up.
Through the legs.
He did. And then threw it away.
And threw it away on the fast break.
That'll be the last time he does that. I guarantee that.
So Gregorius, after all that, will be safe at first. And we'll bring up Rhys Hoskins. That'll be an error on Ottavino. That's how they rule it. But Gregorius does not go any further than first base, and Hoskins has gone 1 for 2 with a double and a run. He's also struck out and taken ball 4. And he can hit the ball a long way. You make a mistake. In there for strike 1. That's interesting with Hoskins. Right after the pitch went into the glove, he took a full hack.
I was about to say that. He timed it perfectly. You know, he's trying to say, okay, that's a slider. Let me take a swing at it.
That should be strike 2.
Yes. If it counts 0-1, ought to be 0-2. Phillies up 5-4 in the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Take a look at this as the previous pitch.
There's 1 strike. There's another one. Well, either that or it was really late.
That's what it was.
Just a tad.
Keep an eye on Didi at first base, with Adam being very slow to home plate.
Gregorius now running through there for a strike. 1-2. Big crowd on hand on this Sunday, getting their last taste of baseball at Fenway Park for a few days. Ottavino looking for the punch out. Runner goes. It's high. Here's the throw down. The tag. Got him. Quick tag by Arroyo. And the gun by Vasquez to get him. And they do want to take a look.
They
want
looked
to
awfully
challenge
close.
it. Yeah.
Let's take a look from this angle. Gregorius with the head first slide. Where's the tag? On the backside. Did the hands get in? That's the question.
You could tell from this angle. Ooh.
Boy, this one could be overturned. I think he was in there.
Looks like it.
You know what? You go back to the pitch. This play aside, that probably should have been strike 3. See how close that was. Philly dugout, they're signaling safe. Some of them anyway.
Yeah, I got a feeling this one might be overturned. Looks like the hands to me get in there before the tag on the back.
I've been wrong before on this.
We all have. Many times.
Yeah.
Is it enough to overturn this call?
Here's the pitch, by the way. So that very well could have been a strike. Now they're going to rule him safe. So they do overturn it. Gregorius now with a theft of second base. Give him a steal. It could very well have been strike 3.
Yeah, I think what happened on the pitch is, you know, when Vasquez came up to throw, I think that threw the umpire off a little bit. You see the pitch. Looks like it's a good spot, but Vasquez is kind of blocking him because he's trying to make that throw to second base.
Yep.
You're absolutely right about that. He did block the umpire's vision.
Well, according to our box, it got the window. The edge. Runner at second with 2 down. And the 2-2, and that's going to be strike 3. So that ends the drama. Red Sox coming up. They're running out of chances. Down a run, middle of the 8th inning.
On the MLB draft tonight, including where New England star Sal Frelick ends up. Coverage presented by Cross Insurance. Your team, your choice. Dave.
Gage, thank you very much. Getting late at Fenway. Off to the last half of the 8th inning. 5-4 Philadelphia. They only have 5 hits. Sox have 10. Red Sox have been charged with 3 errors today. Ottavino getting the K.
Now you can laugh at the between the legs play now.
I think he's played some hoops. He had to go between the legs like that. Now Red Sox coming up now. Renfroe followed by Vasquez and then Dahlbeck against Ranger Suarez, the very tough lefty. And there's a shot to center field, down for a base hit. And a good start for the Sox here in the 8th inning. The leadoff man is on.
And that's a start for the Sox right there. Anytime you can get that leadoff hitter on, Jerry, you got a chance.
And absolutely. And there's a lot of things Cora can do here. Down by a run, I don't think he's going to sacrifice. But with Vasquez at the plate, you could always play a little hit and run with him. You know, there's a number of things he could do here. Now, you know, we'll see if it's straight out baseball, if they try to get tricky.
Christian, good afternoon with the bat. He has a pair of singles. He's 2 for 3. Red Sox with 11 hits today. This crowd would love to see a full comeback on a Sunday. In there for strike one.
Changeup.
Torres was creeping up at third base earlier. He just backed up a couple of steps.
Yeah, after taking that first strike, he backs up.
All-star Matt Barnes thrown in a pen. Red Sox announcing Matt has agreed to a new contract extension today. Renfroe off first base, not a big lead. And the 0-1. 0-2.
Oh, man. Back-to-back changeups. Nasty, that one.
I mean, there's nothing you can do with this pitch here.
You don't want to swing at it.
No, that's an automatic double play, but that's a perfect location.
Dahlbeck on deck. Bottom of the 8th. And Suarez with the 0-2. Did not go with 3 consecutive changeups. With a sinking fastball there, but he missed. As we mentioned earlier, Toronto has defeated Tampa Bay 3-1 the final. Red Sox with a 1.5 game lead over the Rays coming into play today. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Now toss over to first and back in Renfroe.
That's just like I feel like throwing one at first because he's not going anywhere.
Hoskins holding Renfroe at first. 1-2 to Vasquez. Line but foul. Right over the head of Tom Goodwin, first base coach.
Now you could tell with that swing there, he was thinking right field.
Yeah. A little bit too late. Got the fastball that time. Inside out swing.
Suarez comes home. And a swing and a miss. That was that nasty changeup. He struck him out, one gone.
Yeah, threw a lot of changeups to Vasquez in that at bat. It's a very good one. Great arm action with it. This disappears.
So Suarez gets his first out in the 8th. Sends up Bobby Dahlbeck, who did not start. Marwin Gonzalez did, but he went out with a hamstring. Aggravating that hamstring injury he had just returned from. And Bobby at the plate has an RBI today. He has scored a run. And he's made 2 outstanding defensive plays at first. Red Sox have thrown around some leather on this Sunday. And across for a strike.
It's too low. Bring it up a little bit.
Let's see if that got some of the glass. No, it did not. Not at all.
That glass is going to be there for at least one more pitch.
One out, one on, the 1-1. Fouled hard off to the right. By the way, we're still trolling for a sponsor for that window. And, you know, if you've got a big company and you'd like to get in on Red Sox TV, we're making the pitch right now. And you might have a company that replaces broken windows.
Absolutely.
You know, windshields, that sort of thing.
That window should break every time a ball goes through it, and it should be fixed by the time the next one.
Right. So just give Nesson a buzz. 1-2 pitch inside at the hands.
This kid is working in and out, inside with that fastball, and of course away with the changeup. He just threw that fastball in. That may be setting something up for a changeup away.
I think this is coming.
3-2.
They wanted it down and away. It was too far away and high.
Deep breath from Bobby Dahlbeck right there.
Swing and a miss. Back to that change. 2 down.
That's been his MO right there. That changeup.
Yeah, and that comes as no surprise. He throws it on the 3-2 count. It's such a good one. And you can't look for that on a 3-2 count. You got to look for a fastball, and then you're fooled by the changeup.
Suarez has just a little confidence in that pitch. He will throw it at any time. And now Christian Arroyo, big day for Christian. 2 doubles and a single, 3 for 3. Started him off with the change. 5-4 Phillies.
Now, while Christian was on deck, he was timing that pitcher so he can, you know, his stride and everything. He knows the speed of that changeup and the difference in the fastball.
1-0. Oh, home run cut. Change up again.
Yeah, I don't think he really wanted that inside.
Yeah, that was a mistake on his part, Suarez.
Yeah, they wanted that ball away, and that's a little dangerous right there, but he got away with it.
So not every mistake gets hit out of the ballpark.
That's correct. Or for a base hit.
2 out, 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Arroyo seeing the ball really well today. Has an RBI. Kike would hit next. A tense one late at Fenway in the 2-1. Inside for ball 3.
He's not getting that.
So do you see a change up again here?
I do.
3-1 count. That's possible. I'm still going to look middle because I'm ahead in the count. Fastball. And if he throws the changeup, I'm going to spit on it, let it go, because that's not what I'm looking for in that situation.
Foul away did go with a changeup.
Yep.
3-2.
Needs a new bat.
Well, Hunter Renfroe led off the inning with a solid base hit to center. But Vasquez struck out. Dahlbeck struck out at the hand of the changeup. And now full count with 2 away for Christian Arroyo.
Now in this situation, Christian has to get a little handsy. And what I mean by that, he can look for that fastball, react to it with his hands alone, but look for that changeup. Shoot that changeup to right center field.
Crowd demanding a hit. 3-2. And he walked him.
Got the fastball in.
First and second. Red Sox have the tying run down to second base.
Boy, Arroyo's had a nice day, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Great at bat right there.
3 hits and a walk for Christian.
Well, Kiki, you've made a couple of great defensive plays. Why don't you just tap it off with a bomb right here, and we'll call it a day.
That sounds good.
Someday, by the way. 5-4 Phillies, 8th inning. The Sox with the game's tying and go-ahead runs aboard. Red Sox have been chipping away for the last several innings. Kike takes the first one for strike one. He does not have a hit, although he has been a hit in center field. 2 diving plays. One had a 10% probability of making the play, the other 5%.
Outstanding defensive plays.
0-1. Backs away and it's inside.
Back-to-back fastballs?
Yes.
Wow.
You know, and me being a former center fielder, I can appreciate that even more, what Kike is doing. He's doing an outstanding job defensively for the Sox.
Said, you know, I've always thought of myself as an infielder who plays some outfield. Playing some great outfield. That is way outside. That was his first change in the at-bat. It's 2-1. Hunter Renfroe. Decent wheels out there at second base. Arroyo at first. Verdugo to hit next. The 2-1 pitch to Kike. That missed badly. 3-1. The crowd's into every pitch.
This is home field advantage right here.
He may want that left-on-left matchup with Alex Verdugo, but be careful what you wish for.
Swung on big hack and he fouled it back. Got a Swifty.
I figured he was going to get the fastball there in the 3-1 count. He got it. It was a little bit out away from him. A strike. Fouled it off.
Oh, he got that sweet part of the bat on it, though.
Yes, he did.
3-2. Runners at first and second. 2 down. Suarez studying the mitt, says yes. 3-2. The runners on the move. Fouled back at another healthy cut at that one.
Well, he'd have had me because I didn't think he was going to throw a fastball on a 3-2 count. I thought he was going to go back to that changeup.
You would have fouled it off, though.
Hopefully.
Live for another pitch.
Those swings are not thinking about base hits. 3-2 again. And he walked him. And the bases are loaded for the Red Sox in the 8th inning.
Well, he missed badly with that changeup right there.
And that will send up Alex Verdugo. On the day is 0 for 4. They'll send out the pitching coach. Verdugo does have an RBI and a ground out, but there are 2 out here.
Well, we talked about Eck coming back in next week to do the Yankees series, the one game with the Yankees. Yeah, Eck's going to be fired up, man. He's been off for a couple of weeks. He's going to come out with baseball galore.
I think for him it's going to feel like he was off for like 6 months.
Oh, man, it feels that way.
I wonder where he went. Was he in Cali?
Yeah, seeing his grandkids.
Nice.
Yeah, Grandpa Eck has been hard at work every day with the grandkids. Having a great time.
I was going to remind myself when he's been off for a while, but I got to cool it in the first inning because a lot comes out right away. Can't wait. It's unbelievable.
I'll be listening.
They are all loaded up for Alex Verdugo. Red Sox down 5-4. Bottom of the 8th inning. Golden chance here.
Now with Alex up here, you don't want to change anything in your approach. Keep that same aggressiveness, your approach throughout this at bat, and he's going to be fine.
2 down. First pitch swinging, ground ball to the right side. Segura has it and will throw on to get him. He went after the first pitch. Red Sox load him up, but they fail to score. We go to the ninth, 5-4 Philadelphia.
For 175 years, Hood has been committed to supporting communities throughout New England. That's why we're proud to support the Red Sox Foundation, which has supported organizations that make a difference in the lives of children, families, and veterans by improving their health, education, and recreational opportunities. Thank you to the Red Sox Foundation for harnessing the passion of Red Sox fans to support our communities.
Going to the ninth inning, Philadelphia is still on top 5-4. Red Sox just loaded the bases but could not bring in a tying and go-ahead runs. So here comes Matt Barnes, who earlier today, it was announced, agreed to a contract extension of 2 years plus an option to continue in the Red Sox bullpen, where he's been so good this year, a .268 ERA, 19th save of the year last Sunday in the win at Oakland. And he's about to get on the private plane with some of his teammates and family members and head off to Denver when this one is over for the All-Star game, his first career All-Star selection, with 5 Red Sox going to the All-Star game. And in there for a called strike on Brad Miller, .252 hitter, who's 0 for 2 today. And a 1-2 looking for the K. Check swing, and that is in there anyway for strike 3 with a curveball. He freezes Miller.
Oh, he said the magic word.
It's Miller time. Here comes Girardi. Miller's hot.
Yeah, he had no beef on that call either.
Really letting it fly at Jansen Visconti. The manager has to hold him back.
I mean, that argument must have been from an inning before and a bat before, because I thought that was a pretty good pitch.
That was a good pitch. He just lost it. The magic word came out very, very quickly. That's a good pitch. And about 2 words into it, he was out of the game.
Here's Torreyes. Big day for him with a single and a 3-run homer. Just his 3rd of the season. So the DH is run for the Phillies, and the 0-1 pitch. They do appeal and no swing. Yankees have a 3-2 lead on Houston. 7th inning. We told you Toronto beat Tampa Bay 3-1. Red Sox were going to have the lead in the division regardless of what happened today. Another check swing, and he held off that one. Another curveball.
He's doing his best Bogarts imitation.
Jankowski on deck. Red Sox have due up the heart of the order in the 9th inning. J.D. Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, and Rafael Devers.
That's going to be very interesting. Got to hold him right here.
Up the middle for a base hit. 3-hit game for Torreyes.
Killing me. He's doing it all.
3 hits yesterday also. Little thorn.
Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Physicians provide first aid and emergency care at Fenway throughout the season. As the official hospital of the Red Sox, there's no ballpark we'd rather be at. Visit BIDMC.org to learn more about our services and our Harvard affiliated team.
Well, I'll say they do a great job at Fenway.
You know firsthand. Don't do that again, by the way.
That only happens once or twice, 3 times a year.
You laugh now.
It's no big deal, Dave. Don't get excited about it.
No, I know. Just stay right where you are. Jankowski has walked, grounded out again. He's 0 for 2. One away, right through it. For the Phillies, they've scored 5 times on only 6 hits today, but Ronald Torreyes has been like Rod Carew. And pumped in there for strike at 97.
Barnes is doing some painting right now.
Yeah, he is, right on the corners.
Two-strike pitch to Jankowski. Runner goes. Ty, here's the throw down, the tag, and yes, he's out.
Perfect throw by Vasquez. Perfect.
That's what you call a big league catch and release.
Oh man, right over the top, a bullet, a straight bullet to second base, and that's a good jump at first base. Well, they may look at this too. Let's see. Nope, they're not gonna.
You couldn't have asked for a better ball to receive. Up.
It's almost like a pitch out, right?
Exactly.
He knew it too. 1-2 pitch. Bounced up there. Ninth inning. Phillies 5, Red Sox 4. The winner takes the series. And a 2-2 from the all-star closer. Fills up the count.
That ball just slipped right out of the hands of Matt Barnes. That was the curveball.
Gene Segura waiting on deck. He has a hit today. He's gone 1 for 4. And a 3-2 pitch. Inside, and he walked him. So Jankowski will take the walk, and Segura will hit in the inning. CVS Health investing nearly $600 million over 5 years in support of social justice and health equity initiatives. To learn more, go to cvshealth.com. Now Segura with a 5th inning base hit. He's also reached on an error by Devers. Red Sox have committed 3 errors today. They've also put together, half of the team's defensive highlight reel. So it's been kind of an odd day in that regard.
And I'm sure that's one thing they want to improve upon the second half of the season. Less errors.
Yeah, Cora's talked about that. He feels like it's gotten better. And recently, Red Sox had a string of 5 straight games without an error, which was a good run for the club. But today, making 3. Red Sox 55 and 35. They've been very, very good in so many phases of the game. Barnes back at it and deals a strike on Segura. Matt Barnes with a runner on and a strike.
Once again, paying that outside corner.
Gene Segura 2 for 4 in his career against Matt.
Jankowski may take off.
Yeah, you want to make a good pitch here, but not too good. 0-2.
He's going to hold and is way outside.
Like that one.
J.D. Martinez will lead off the 9th inning for Boston. When the Sox come up to bat in the last of the 9th. And Matt Barnes with a 1-2. Runner holding. Little trickler up the middle. Xander right near the bag. Flips it. They do get the force play right to Arroyo, and that will do it. So the Red Sox coming up.
Let's
Last
go.
chance, bottom of the ninth, 5-4 Phillies.
Tell you what, this ball here, Kike just gets a great jump on it. Takes his time. He knows he has all the time in the world when Segura just kept running, and he just throws the ball in for the easy double play.
TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. Member FDIC. So bottom of the ninth inning, Red Sox certainly have the men up they want in J.D. Martinez, Xander Bogaerts, Rafael Devers. And Ranger Suarez will remain out there to continue to pitch. The left-hander with the deadly changeup. J.D. 1 for 4 with a double today. Hitting right at 300. He'll take ball one. 18 home runs for the All-Star. Bogaerts with a home run way back in the second inning, which was the first run of the game. Red Sox would fall behind eventually 5-1. They have rallied to make it a one-run game here in the ninth.
Well, 2 misfires with the changeup right out of the chute. Run that count to 2-0.
So when you see that, you automatically looking for number one here?
2-0 count, I would be, but you know, you may not get it. He did get it.
2-1.
Not the location he was looking for, obviously, but he definitely would have taken a whack at it.
He could have been sitting on the changeup too. Who knows? There's big power guys like this. It's hard to tell.
Swinging a high fly foul on the right field line. 2-2.
Another one. Another fastball that time. Late on it.
Just didn't look like he had a feel for that changeup the first 2 pitches.
No.
So he may stick with that fastball, but you can't eliminate that 4. Here it is.
And he missed with that. 3-2.
Little slider this time.
Red Sox need a base runner any way they can get him.
What a great crowd this afternoon.
Unreal. And in there for strike 3. Fastball 95 to catch him looking, and one man gone.
Not what he was looking for right there. Fastball on the inner half. Obviously, JD was looking off speed and looking away.
That's what all those changeups will do to you. I mean, they'll just make you think about them. You know, even if he's sitting on a fastball, the changeup's always in the back of your mind. It's been so good. He's misfired with a few of them real bad, but you know, for the majority of them, they've been really good. That time with the fastball right on the inside corner, just froze him.
The Red Sox sending up 3 consecutive All-Star game-bound players, and here comes another one in Xander. 1 for 3 with a home run. He's also taken ball 4. And another one to come in Rafi Devers, who's had a bit of a frustrating day. That's across for a strike. 1-1.
This kid has mixed it up completely. The last inning he was mainly using his changeup. Now he's coming back with the fastball.
Yep.
Yeah, you can see why Suarez has a 0.79 ERA. He's been like this all season. 1-2.
Change up again. Nasty spot. Low and away.
The lefty ready, and a 1-2. Evens up the count. Xander crunching his 15th home run back in the second. Suarez with a 2-2. Spoiled it. Got some heat there.
Went back to the heater.
95.
He's the 6th pitcher employed today by Girardi. It's been a bullpen game for a long time for the Phillies from the outset. 2-2. And that's in there for strike 3. Back-to-back K's looking.
Yeah, both strikeouts. He went back inside, and I think Xander's questioning if that was too high, but it didn't look like it. Looks like a good pitch to me. Top of the strike zone, inside corner.
Right at the top of the zone.
Yeah.
So 2 away in the bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game. Brings up Rafael Devers, the last hope for the Sox today. He's 1 for 4 with a single. Wailing away and taps a foul for strike 1.
Boy, he was all geared up for that and was out in front of it.
He was angry after his last couple of at-bats. Strikeout, and then he popped up to the catcher and he slammed down the bat and the helmet. 1-1.
Didn't chase that one.
If he gets on, Hunter Renfroe is next. He has 2 hits today. Here's the 1-1. Inside, but he cut and missed, and it's 1-2.
This ball had a little tail on the inner half.
Yeah, we haven't seen many of those.
Yeah.
Two-seam fastball coming back in on.
Back in hard.
Way inside.
Bounding ball into the shift, scooped up, nicely done by the first baseman onto Suarez, and that is it. The Phillies hang on. They beat the Red Sox today 5-4, the final score. So the Red Sox will carry a 1.5-game lead into the All-Star break over the Tampa Bay Rays, who lost earlier today to the Toronto Blue Jays. Your final today, Philadelphia 5 and the Red Sox 4. TC and Jim coming your way right after the break.